Welcome, everyone, to a lovely game of Dungeons and PhatDogs. Thank you so much for tuning in and joining us on what is no doubt going to be an interesting adventure.
It would be
Before we
nice
delve
if you
in,
tuned in and actually got it in your sub box. YouTube, come on, fix your shit.
and as you can tell, our resident Canadian has made his presence known.
I'm
Yeah, you
very,
stupid
I
and
am
not-
very
Well,
on
yeah,
edge.
one of the
I have been stuck in this
Anyway.
house. I've been stuck in this house, not being able to do anything for like 2+ weeks. I am actually so damn on edge.
Hey, try living that life a little bit.
Oh wait, hold up. So all right, so apparently
No
you've got
wonder
it-
you're the way you are.
Okay, let's round things back up. Hopefully, everyone's staying nice and healthy at home, given the current situation. Anthony, is there anything that any announcements that need to be made before we continue?
Yes, actually. So for those of you who are not aware, we have a Patreon, and that Patreon is just doing so much to help us with everything. I mean, we've been able to bring on an artist now, and we have been chugging away at our original content and concept art. And you guys can expect a video talking about that here in about a month to 2 months, give or take, depending on how long it takes to finalize the concept art.
But if
Right,
you
Bill?
don't want to wait,
Happening behind the scenes.
if you don't want to wait, put money to the Patreon. You can go see it right now.
That is true. That is true. It is available on our Patreon. The concept art right now that has been finished is, well, finished, finger quotes, is available to all of our patrons. So you got $1 that you can spare each month. Throw it our way, and you get access to some really cool shit. Not all the cool shit, but still some cool shit.
You can also, on the Patreon, for $10, you can make a PDW wrestler.
Also that.
Plug,
Yeah.
plug, plug.
So much energy.
And you know what? Speaking of the original content, specifically with Check, that's the name of it. For our maximum overdog and higher patrons, if you so choose, once we are ready, you can send us a picture of yourself and have your likeness made into a character that will appear in Check.
What?
We've been over this.
What? No, what? No. I love how you spilled the name of a thing. Instead, you were so careful to go original content, and then, oops.
Okay, is there anything else that we need to
You
announce
said the
before we
name.
start?
Nope, we're good.
All right.
No,
So, let's do
well,
the
actually,
quick
we've announced
recap.
the name by now, haven't we?
Yo, you have. You have.
Why do we keep calling it original content? Well,
Let
it's
us
not.
continue.
Both are right.
Anyway,
Please, thank you.
Last
So,
time.
last we
Sorry, go ahead. If you're gonna do the recap, go ahead.
Shush. So, last we saw our intrepid adventurers, they had bunkered down for a quick rest. Fu and Uncle both deciding to continue forth with the castle guard who had been dispatched to see to Bexley, given recent concerns of demonic sightings and demonic incursions. Rest of our group who stayed back managed to rest up a bit and made their way to Bexley post-haste, coming across a brief ambush by some quasits, fortunately doing away with the irritating little buggers before making their way to the outer area of Bexley. They came to a very vacant and, well, for lack of a better term, dead air in the outskirts of Bexley. No one really in the streets, not even a sound, no ambience, just it's as if everyone just got up and left. They previously, brain fart. Hearing a distant scream, they investigated what turned out to be a ghoul's nest, and having a rather terrifying encounter, fighting back a ghoul, ghast, and, well, a rather nasty demon of origins that has yet to be determined, they've managed to clear out the ghoul nest, and, battered and bruised, exited, coming back to Bexley, and discovering some rather alarming sounds of terror and combat closer towards the city's walls. And it is here that we pick back up. So, you've all recuperated as much as you can after the conflict, but still battered and bruised. What do you wish to do? It's still silent.
Are we still above ground, or do we get or below?
You exited the ghoul layer, and you're currently outside. Still very quiet. The stench of death is still on the air. Still various wrapped up bodies off the side of the road and dug up ditches. Nothing else really stands out,
Oh.
save for
I thought
distant
we were.
sounds of distress from the city or the town gates.
Yeah, we're outside the town gates. Yeah.
Yeah. You're basically in like the area beyond the town gates that, expanded for like, rural farmers, that kind of thing.
We need somewhere to sleep. I'm tired.
On one
That is
regard, I need to
certainly an
find out what's
option.
happening. On the other regard, we're not good to anyone until we get some rest.
Absolutely. This is not exactly a prime time for sleep. But I feel if we do not get any, we'll be of no use if we do go in there.
Royce, you want to go to the map screen?
Yep, I'm moving it over right now. Don't worry. So, what do you wish to do?
Well, I mean,
Well, first we
Yeah,
gotta
maybe-
find a place to like hunker down in. So,
Yep.
what looks appropriate in this vicinity?
Go ahead and make it a perception check.
Right.
all right.
All of us?
If you want.
What?
Net 20.
Okay.
What's happening?
Perception roll.
Okay.
I was letting everyone roll a perception because you're collectively the group is, you're all looking out for the same thing.
I can see sound.
Tony,
What?
I hate you.
You laugh, but synesthesia is a thing that's real.
I know.
I hate you. That's all I have to say. It has nothing to do with my role. I hate you.
Okay. Negative emotions aside, with that roll, the rest of you really don't find anything. You just find more of the same. Jinx, you managed to find a modest-looking cottage off the main road a few feet. Doesn't really stand out from the collective buildings. It is a single-story, thatch-roofed building with the door just wide open, and it looks comfy. No other building has its door open, so obviously this one, it practically wants you to come in.
Which
Yeah, so
means
Jinx goes, all right, hey, I found a place, pointing to the cottage, and look, they're welcoming us.
I don't know. On something like that, it seems too easy. It's a trap. Totally a trap. But I'm too tired to care.
If it's a trap, I'll just blow it up.
We need it to sleep in.
Yeah, but if it's a trap, would you really want to sleep there?
Holy crap. I'm so tired I'm losing to Jinx.
Here's exhaustion.
Yeah.
So it's just
No, Jinx is-
like a couple at a cottage and just on the porch or something.
You don't see anyone. In the collective area, you haven't seen any people walking along the road. There's been no sounds of ambient town going.
The cottage itself looks inviting, which means the cottage is mimic, but who cares?
Ooh, that's a good idea. Thank you, Darkin.
Yeah, just rip another one
Oh,
off
give
of
him
Doga's
ideas.
campaign, huh?
That was different. That was a restaurant.
So do you?
What a comeback to that
The cottage
sentence.
turns out to be a mimic, and we hear Uncle screaming from inside it.
All right, so
My
y'all
mimic
are,
was different. It was a restaurant. What a comeback!
All right. Anyway.
Let's
all
go.
right, so y'all deciding to go into the cottage.
Yes, I'm going in.
All right. So All right, stepping inside. I want Aurelia. I need you to make a perception roll since you're the first one stepping in.
Better.
The air inside the cottage is actually pleasant. There's a nearby hearth that is barely alight with the distant embers that are still dying. It's rather musty, and there's nothing terribly fancy. There's a table near the hearth, a few wooden basic chairs, some stacked up goods, and what looks like a basic shelf, and some basic chairs, and what looks like maybe a cot nearby. And you do see huddled up in the corner, as far away from the door as possible, a human man and a dwarf woman, and what looks to be two children. Human man looks to you. Are you part of them?
No.
It is I, me.
The children scream, the wife screams, the husband is understandably distraught.
Oh my god.
What do you want, please?
Leaf basically he brings his hands up and he's like, it's okay, we're not going to hurt you. Like he's trying to reassure them that you know, in a very calm demeanor that they are not here to hurt.
Okay, go ahead and make a persuasion roll.
Okay.
I mean, you're a deer Tory. Unfortunately, your kind are not very common around.
Yeah, but he looks nice. Look at him. He's cinnamon roll.
They look like they've seen some stuff.
So, all right, Jinx.
Every time I think it's going
Hold on.
to be something else because it tells me it's a different number, it's not, and it's pissing me off. Stop it, digital
All right.
dice.
With that roll, the children seem a little wary of you. The wife isn't saying anything, and the husband just looks at you with wide eyes.
They've gone from oh, it's not a zombie, it's just a thing I don't know what is.
And so, Draziel's gonna take a big old step forward and like lift his hands up, like no weapons in his hands or anything like that, and he's like, indeed, we come in peace. It's like I am a paladin, and I have come seeking aid from you. And he I want to use the whole rustic hospitality sort of feature I have. Basically,
Oh yeah, the
boasts of like my deeds and whatnot that I've done, and mention that I'm sort of a folk hero and that we're here for good things.
He's
All right.
also really modest.
Well, the husband and they're likely a couple. The husband and wife, they don't seem very persuaded, but the children immediately light up, seeing you in your gleaming armor, and look to the parents and say, "Mommy, Daddy, look at all the shiny armor. He's surely a hero. Please." And a few more moments pass before the dwarf woman gives a sigh and says, "Very well. Close the door, please."
yeah. Okay, I guess I shut the door because no one else wants to.
Right. You shut the door, and is there anything specific that you wanted to do? Because right
Yeah.
now they show you the most basic of hospitality. You're given some stale bread and a bit of water because it looks like the majority of their goods were consumed, packed away, or in other ways, used up. So they don't really have a smorgasbord for you, but it fills your belly.
For math's sake, is this place around the same? Is it about from wall to wall? Would the inside of this place be like about a 10-foot radius or something, or at least where the sleeping areas are? I'm going to reinforce this place with Lemon's tiny hut at some point.
Oh yeah, there is a small area that shits off that looks like an actual sleeping area where you saw one of the cots. So it is roughly that space. It's a little cramped for what looks like 4 people, but it'll accommodate.
Jinx goes to, I guess, one of the parents and goes, "Hey, have you seen a big muscly guy, not in armor, and a tiny guy who likes to bite ankles?"
What?
Oh my god.
The husband he taps his chin before one of the
He's
children.
wearing a straw hat. He's wearing a straw hat too. Forgot about that.
The husband taps his chin. He can't seem to find the knowledge that he's you're asking for. But one of the children, a blonde-haired boy, kind of dust on his face, peeks up. "Oh yeah, I saw him. They were walking through with some fancy-looking guys, and things started becoming bad. They helped get everyone inside the walls. Unfortunately, we were kind of out on the fields when that happened, so we weren't able to get into the gates before they closed them."
Well,
And with that, he
don't
just kind of
worry.
leans against the dwarf woman.
Don't worry. I'll make this place just as safe as inside there, and I'm going to begin the long 11-minute cast of Tiny Hut.
The young girl, she sits right in front of you and just watches you very intently.
So
While
I'll say
Jinx,
you guys can continue having conversation while I do that.
Jinx being Jinx decides to help with the cast and does well, have you seen the Elder Kai dance?
Yes, recently.
Because that's what she's doing. Do I need to do a performance roll?
Sure. Yeah, go ahead and make a performance roll.
Oh.
From one side to the other. Oh, classic.
So, you begin the dance, swinging your arms grandly and doing a right good, stomping gait, and inadvertently smack the girl over the head with your right hand as you swing it down.
Oh my god.
And she grips her head and she looks at you and says, "Ow, meanie!
Well, don't get in the
What
way
was
of my
that for?
casting.
You're very mean." She scutters away and sits beside Aurelia and continues watching very intently. She eventually leans forward and says, "Are you a witch?"
Uh, do you mean that in a good way or a bad way?
Well, you're doing magic and you're a girl, so I guess boys are wizards and girls are witches. Isn't that how it goes?
uh, in that sense, sure.
We're gonna be the best wizards ever. She says in between her stamping and dancing.
You're gonna be a boy?
The best wizard ever.
The wife audibly clears her throat and says, "Oh, okay, I think that's enough. Dear, come here, let the woman do her work." And the little girl, she pouts but stomps her way back over to her
You
mother.
know what?
And
Hey,
reluctantly sits beside her.
just before she goes away, little girl, what's your favorite color?
Yellow.
I'm gonna make it.
Aw.
I'm gonna make it yellow.
Make what yellow?
Lemon's
Oh,
tiny
the
hut.
hut.
Lemon's tiny hut is a dome, and the outside of the dome is any color you choose. I pick yellow.
Oh,
As
that's adorable.
As the hut coalesces, you see her eyes go wide. She says, "It's like the sun." And she starts like experimentally like pushing her hands on it. And the husband looks perplexed and clears his throat. I do hope that's not permanent.
No, it's not.
Okay, good.
We could make it permanent if you wanted.
No.
Please, God, no. Please, Pelor, no.
It'll last us the night, and nothing is getting through this.
The doorbell woman sniffs and, well, you've got food and you have a place to sleep. If there's anything more, I can't guarantee that we'll be able to provide any more, but we'll try our best.
Well, all you gotta know is that if something attacks, I'ma blow it up.
Blow it up
Please.
outside.
Please do not
Oh,
do that
that-
inside my house.
I mean, well, it's not getting in here, obviously. You know, teacher saw to that, so duh.
Very well.
She's actually
The-
correct.
With that, you do see since there are some the hut is like a dome, so there are some spaces where there is some room for movements. Both the boy and girl, they're like trying to climb up it, and the boy like jumps on a cot and like jumps on top of it, and they're kind of playing a King of the Hill game. But aside from that, the husband and wife they leave you be. They seem largely just content to, be quiet. Occasionally opening up the shutters. That's the term.
Well,
Like cracking open the shutters and glancing out. But aside from that, nothing more really seems to occur. So
Well, there's only one bit of conversation I would want to have with them. Do they know anything more specifically about what's happening, or was this just a shock to them and they took shelter right away?
okay, that is actually a really good question. I'll just like after you cast that. The husband, he remains quiet, but the wife takes a breath. Well, recently, and I'm not sure if this news reached Artelia, but there are some rumors of demons found in the surrounding forest, and everyone just shrugged it off as just rumors. And well, I guess obviously they weren't rumors because, well, not last night and a few nights before, some attacks actually started happening. Some were concerned that we were having a repeat of what had happened several weeks ago. Um, and eventually they became serious enough that the captain, Captain Millicent, she ordered an evacuation, bringing as many civilians as she could inside the city and gating it off to try and protect them. Obviously, once that happened, not much protection for those who weren't able to heed the call in time. Uh, for the most part, there's just these rotting carcasses walking around, and during the night, these terrible scurrying things with fanged mouths and these terrible things. They. And she kind of covers her mouth and can't say it. And the husband hugs her reassuringly. You may have noticed some of the bodies on the side of the road. Well, I I think you can imagine what those things tend to do with corpses, as
I'm
my
aware.
wife found out personally.
Yeah.
So that's all we know. We have no idea what's happening inside the city. As my daughter said, unfortunately, we were out in the fields, and before we came back at the end of the day, well, everyone was gone. So if you want to try and get inside the gates, I'm afraid they're not opening them up for anyone.
Did
Sadly.
did the big muscly guy and the tiny guy go in the gates, or are they outside the gates?
Well, and the husband taps his chin, and the boy pipes up. Oh yeah, I saw him. He and the tiny guy. They went with those guys, those other horse guys on with the really big fancy armor, like the purple cloaks. God, that was cool. They helped with getting everyone else inside the gates, and I guess since they were helping everyone inside, maybe they went in to protect him. It makes sense, I guess if they're friends of yours, they got to be heroes too, right?
All right.
I mean, the big one is.
Yes, absolutely.
Cool. Hey, I know this is weird, but do you think I could come with you guys and be here and be like a little sidekick? And his mother and father immediately say no.
Can you cast
Uh,
magic?
oh god, I was hoping
That's-
to say something before Jinx did.
that's really sweet of you, but out of all the tasks we would have you do, being right here, right now, is what matters. You need to help protect
Unless
your
you can
family.
cast magic.
You need to be here and help protect your family. That's where you help the most right now.
That's literally what I was going to say.
Aw, we had the same idea. Okay, so Leaf and Aurelia like half and half that sentence.
I don't want them to be scared of Leaf, and that was literally what I was going
Oh, I'm sorry. If I had known that, I would have let you do it. I'm sorry.
no, it's
Well,
fine.
I will say, like, Leaf, as you've been there, like your continued presence, they get used to you, and eventually their childlike wariness gives way to curiosity. So while they're not clambering on top of the hut, the boys just kind of looking you up and down, and the girl, she's quiet, but she's curious, who looks at your antlers, and they're both not really approaching you or engaging, but they are very intrigued.
Alright. Does Leaf notice?
Oh, sorry.
Does Leaf notice that they are very intrigued by him?
Oh yeah, they're not they're kids, so like they are
Okay.
like their eyes are wide. They're like, oh, I haven't.
Alright, so Leaf looks down at them and he sees how intrigued they are, and he kind of like kneels down, like I guess kind of lays down so that he could be more to their level, or sort of more to their level, and he asks in a soft voice, he's like, you want to touch them? He's talking about his antlers.
Can I?
Sure. He like bends his head down and he gets his antlers, which if you've noticed, like in the art, his antlers are more rounded and then tipped, so they're
they curve in.
they're not as they're meaning like they're not sharp, they're not pointed.
Sure.
They're more round. So they could still be dangerous, but they're not like as threatening looking as you would see deer antlers.
Mhm.
And he lowers them down so that they could,
the girl she doesn't approach, but she kind of smiles as she sees you being friendly with her brother. The boy he outright just like hops up on his tippy toes, and it looks like he goes to poke it, but he decides to open up his hand and grab the very end of your left antlers, and unfortunately with him on his tiptoes he inadvertently loses his footing a bit and stumbles,
Kids,
giving a sharp jerk to your antlers.
kids will be kids.
He gets like, I'm sorry.
Leave. He shakes his head. He's like, no, it's okay. I'm fine. It doesn't really hurt. It's okay. He
So-
reassure them that he's fine. He's not hurt.
So, was your mommy a deer and your daddy a human? And immediately his mother said,
Immediately Aurelia turns over, is like she's now paying attention.
Hold up, before the mother can reply, Jinx goes, "Were they?"
and her mother's like, Joffrey, no! You don't ask that!
Aurelia is also in the background, quiet but still paying attention.
Leaf, he's like,
Did I ask
he doesn't know how to explain to them that technically they're both. So he kind of just, well, I am a deer tar, and that means that we are technically both. So meaning my mom and my dad, my mother and father were like.
Oh.
Yeah.
I alternatively thought that your dad was a centaur and your mom was a deer.
Okay.
That makes more sense.
Jinx just kind of
Antlers.
Jinx is nodding. She's like, "Yeah, it kind of does."
Yeah. He gives it up. He's kind of like, bouncing back and forth on the balls of his feet, and he was like, thanks for letting me touch your antlers. Sorry for giving him a tug.
Well, with that, Aurelia's gonna laugh at that and then kind of all of a sudden go limp. I can't stay awake anymore. Too hurt.
All right. So, as that happens, you do hear a knock on the door.
Yeah.
Jinx points her staff at the door, just on reflex.
Don't make it a big boom.
Don't make it a big boom. Leaf, having the kids
Small-
nearby, he kind of like, make sure that the kid wasn't no longer holding onto his antlers. He stands up and kind of like stands in front to basically be a shield for them in case it's anything bad.
A small ball of fire is at the end of the staff now.
The little girl's eyes like widen and she's very affixed. The parents both grab their kids and hold them close, and they're looking at the door very warily. And Carson?
Hello? Anyone in there?
Wait a minute. Ankle biter?
I swear to God, if Jinx is still alive.
And she just busts through
Unfortunate.
the door and glumps him.
Unfortunately.
You just say that Jinx glomped?
Yes.
Well, that's an
Oh
that's-
God!
wow.
Why? You do realize you're taller than me.
Well, actually, yeah. Uncle, make a strength saving throw.
Oh God damn it!
Just for the hell of it.
All right, so it's been a while, so that'd be +2, right? My strength is 14 +2.
Your sheet says, indeed.
Nope.
Well, you stumble backwards, but you prevent yourself from being essentially plowed into the dirt on your back.
Hi. How are you?
Hi.
Please
So,
don't do that again.
how you been?
I've been okay.
Yeah? Where's Muscle Teacher?
That's why I'm here. I found your guys' footsteps and tracked you guys here. So,
Oh, neat.
yeah, I got some
She
bad
has not
news.
gotten up yet, by the way.
Please get off of me.
I mean, yeah, okay.
The husband leans out the door and says, I appreciate this little reunion, but can we please close the door? You're going to attract attention."
Didn't-
Yeah.
Your door was open when we got here.
Was it? Please just close the door.
Uncle walks in, just hands in pockets, because he's kind of gotten used to this now, where if someone doesn't mention it, he's gonna, start swiping things if he can.
So yeah, as they walk in, goes, "Oh, Uncle, that's the armor guy. He's kind of a dick,
What?
He looks like a dick.
right?"
Excuse me?
Hey, look. Honestly, I don't care who you are. I've been through some shit.
Yeah, us too.
He
teacher
does look
will
roughed
let
up.
Basically, I don't know what the fuck happened. Fu's gone.
you. Oh, wait, what?
What?
He's just gone.
Oh,
Someone used some kind of magic. He's gone. I don't know where the fuck he went.
oh.
Um,
So muscle teacher's gone.
Yes.
You're from the back, the girl. Did the big muscle man die?
I don't know.
apparently
I
not. We don't know what happened to. We don't know what happened to him, and that's almost worse.
Well, I mean, the good news is we're not cheating on muscle teacher with this douchebag now.
Oh Jesus.
Oh.
So that's a plus, I guess.
The wife clears her throat. It's wonderful that you found another friend. Again, if we expecting any more company, because I'm afraid we're not going to be able to hold any more.
Well,
No, this is everyone.
is it
Kind
well
of.
with Fu missing? That's everyone.
Well, if you need to rest, please rest. But I'm afraid we can't give you any more food or water. We need the rest for ourselves. If you, I hope you understand.
Yeah.
Oh, Leaf's like, oh, it's all right. I'm pretty sure we all have, our own, rations, and he basically is like, I don't mind sharing if for the time being.
And, but the husband clears his throat. No, that won't be necessary. I appreciate the offer, but we should be able to manage on our own. Thank you. And his wife gives him a slap on the side and says, we'll gladly accept any kindness you can offer, but please don't give more than you need.
Uncle's looking around the house, just seeing what it is. And he mumbles to himself, hands in pockets. Hands in pockets.
It's a cottage of a basic farmer family. It's like, one
Yes,
main
but Uncle's
room
trying
with
not to. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
not putting his nose too deep into it, because then he's gonna find something he wants.
Yeah. Jinx goes to the kid who asked about being an adventurer.
I believe that was the boy.
Yeah. So she sits, she kind of hunkers down in front of him. She's like, so, you want to be an adventurer? Can you cast any magic?
Yeah. No.
Okay, well listen. Everyone can. I couldn't cast magic when I was year 8. Well, okay, I mean I could, but I had.
That's not fair. You had an advantage. I don't.
No, it's okay. Look, I'll teach you. So she pulls out her spell book
Uh-oh.
and points to her drawing of what Firebolt is supposed to be, which is just a guy enveloped in flames screaming no.
Well, I mean, it's not no. It's just what she thinks no is.
She had teacher write no for her.
Oh, okay.
The boy, and his name is Joffrey, from what his mother said. Gives a little. Seems
Jinx, stop scaring the child.
You get the feeling that he likes the shininess of magic, but actually having it hurt and kill things, he didn't think that far ahead. And he just steps back and like, I think I'll maybe not magic just yet.
I mean, Uncle kind of seeing the unsettledness of the child, kind of just decides, fuck it, I've been through a day. I'm gonna fucking, push this kid's buttons. I mean, if you want, you can have a knife and have a little fun with that.
He looks to his.
Aurelie
takes
would
this
stop.
as a direct challenge, and she's like, "No, magic is better."
Aurelie would
Well,
stop
I
this
mean-
if she wasn't so damn tired.
Wait, magic is better. Well, I mean, Aurelia's nearly died multiple times, so magic can't be all that
that's
it's
just
cracked up
because
to
she
be.
doesn't need a weed.
Fargus.
Well, first off, you're not going to be giving that child a knife, but I believe that magic and a sword or some sort of blade are useful.
Oh come on! Can't I have a knife? Can't I have a knife? That'd
I
be
mean, Jinx pulls out one of her daggers.
He looks to his
God,
parents who
what?
currently are facing away. They look like they're currently tending to and basically taking stock of what they currently have, given what they had just given out and what you gave to them to just kind of get an idea of where they are. So they're not currently paying attention. And he looks at them
Here
and
you go. Jinx just hands him one of her daggers. Just like, and if you really work at it, you can do this. She points her finger at the wall of the thing that Aurelia made, so
The
it
hut?
won't damage the house. And
I
she
swear.
just fires a quick firebolt.
Oh God.
Oh.
there's a sharp sizzling crack through the air as the bolt of fire sinks through and smacks firmly onto the hut. A brief gout of comes up, and both the husband and wife suitably give a startled yelp and quickly turn around to see what happened. The boy is entranced, and the girl is terrified but curious from the sudden display.
Aurelia's face pops out from the dome. Jake's go to fuck to sleep. Goes back into the hole. Hut. You know what I mean?
Yes. I believe this is an adamant time for us to all go to sleep.
Yeah, I think I need to go the fuck to sleep too. The dwarven woman turns around, and you swear if you could hear grinding granite, that's what would happen. As she looks and just stares daggers at your group in general.
I
get the
turned
impression
to them
being-
and I apologize.
Jinx
No,
You caused none of this. Are you kidding me?
Uncle throws his hands up and just goes, "I didn't do anything."
Leaf basically apologizes with Drazel. Like he apologizes too.
But, yeah, you get the wife kind of gives you that look like, rest, do what you need, and then leave, please, before you corrupt my babies.
Yes, absolutely. Everybody go to sleep.
Jinx
It bothered me.
just kind of whispers to the kid, "Listen, just try really hard, point your finger, and yell explosion."
Leaf places his hand around Jinx's mouth and carries her away.
Once a session, Jinx has to be restrained by her own group.
I'll say that
Yeah,
Jinx
no,
gets the
leave-
just
leave-
barely out before Leaf claps the hand around.
Just yell
Leaf picks
explosion.
her up, and no. Leaf has already picked her up, put his hand around her mouth, and carries her.
I'll say just before you said explosion, that's when Leaf clapped his hand around your mouth.
Uncle tips his hat, goes to a corner, just kind of sits down, relax.
Okay, so Draziel, is there anything else you want to do, or are you gonna rest as well?
I'm gonna find a corner and rest, like wedge myself nicely in the corner, get myself comfortable, and silently to myself, I'm gonna use Divine Sense.
Okay, what are you gonna try and search for?
Do you know what Divine Sense does?
I know it detects like undead and D&D.
The presence of strong evil registers on your senses like a noxic odor, and powerful good rings like heavenly music.
Yeah.
Basically, I'm checking to see if there's any like evil around. It'll also tell me if there's any like celestial fiend or undead present.
Right.
So
Okay.
just evil, right? Not morally gray.
No,
It says
not
e-
morally
it says,
gray.
It says
Because that would be
evil
a
or
wrong.
good. Like
Is that what you what?
I hear good like heavenly music, but evil is like a noxic odor,
Okay.
Mhm.
essentially. So
Yeah.
Because I would say 3 out of the 5 members of this group are morally gray.
I'm pretty sure Jinx is
All right,
evil.
and that
No,
is
it's It's the angel and demon sense power specifically.
Okay, so that is within 60 feet of you, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
You fortunately you do not sense any, like, I guess focused senses of evil, where normally you find like that those are like actual individuals, but there is just this general air of unpleasantness. You know, it's kind of like when someone lets loose a light fart and crop dust to you on a plane. It's just faint enough to smell, and it's not pleasant, but you can deal with it.
All right. And then I'm just gonna go to bed.
All right. You are taking what kind of rest are y'all taking?
Long.
Okay. That is the afternoon. That is an 8-hour rest. So that's gonna bring you to about 3 to 4 in the morning.
Good. That's actually kind of nice because I think
What
the next.
what time of year is it? Is it dawn yet?
Time of year.
What does what?
No, because that will determine the rotation of, because dawn happens earlier at certain times of the year.
I think you mean what month in the year. But
What
yeah,
time of year?
It's still dark.
Is it daylight saving times or not?
Unfortunately, Ordrin does not have an established daylight savings time.
That's irrelevant. The rotation of this planet on its orbiting star.
He's asking if it's sunrise or sunset or where's the damn sun?
Yes.
The sun's rising in the north.
Okay.
Okay, so yes, it's rising, which means I have to do a roll.
Oh right. Freaking magic spell things work off of the sun. I forgot about that.
Okay, 6. So that brings me to 8. Okay.
All right, as you wake up in the wee hours of the morning, dead silent. No, you just except maybe for the faint sounds of breathing, like calm, just gentle breathing, like sleeping when someone's resting. And it's very dark, pitch black, no light. And you're all recuperated.
And the sun's rising, so we should have light soon.
It's just barely starting to peak, so I'd say right now it's equivalent to dim light. But yeah, in like a hour, it'll likely become normal brightness.
Okay. I assume what was that thing that Draziel gave us? I forget. That thing. It was a buff of some kind.
His aura?
No, not his aura. He actually cast a spell. I forget.
Blessing.
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
bless. There's no way we have bless anymore.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Do I still have my +1 to health? Because I haven't lost that yet.
What did that spreadsheet say time-wise?
I don't think it had it to expiration.
I know it's okay. Okay, every creature. You gain hit points up to the amount of damage dealt. If you are not wounded, you gain this amount. So yeah, it's pretty much they're there until you lose them.
Okay.
So if since you did take damage, then wait.
Well, thankfully that's not overly a problem because temporary hit points don't stack.
I got very lucky and I took no damage since that happened.
Okay, yeah. So you have one extra health point that once you get damage is going to knock you back down to your normal health.
Okay.
Well, thankfully, temporary hit points don't stack, so either something more powerful overrides it, or you eventually take something to the face.
All right. So, any rituals that you're gonna go about? Any morning things? Or just pretty much going up and immediately gonna try and see to Bexley?
Well, the first
Teacher, we should probably put our thing on. I don't know what it's called.
Not
You make me
just
feel
yet.
tougher when you do it.
Not just yet. For the first thing that I want to figure out is what is even the plan, because we still don't even know specifically what's going on.
You and the castle guard captain. It pretty much had been established that you were going to see to Bexley, as there were growing concerns given what you learned from the mirrorling.
Right, we were specifically looking for buddy friend tiefling man.
You wanted to try and find Malados, yes.
And Malados is in Bexley.
Did you find him?
Yeah. Uncle, where's Malados?
I will answer that since unfortunately I did not convey any information regarding that. You did see Maldos. He was helping, get people evacuated into the city walls, as well as dealing with any potential aggressors with, whatever spell use he could, along with Guard Captain Millicent. So imagine that, but in Uncle's tone.
Okay.
So
Well,
look to be helping.
well, he seems to be helping. So that's good for his currently questionable situation. Oh, maybe he's not behind this after all.
Or this is all a part of his plan.
But it could also just be him cleaning up a mess that he made.
Or maybe he wants as many people in the city as possible, so that when he does his thing, it's got a wider thing. You know, it does more things to more things.
Did you just nat 20 your brain or something? Damn, that's actually a terrifying. We gotta get in Bexley.
You all hear the faint squeak of door hinges as a small sliver of early morn light shoots across the cottage, the interior of the cottage. And you hear what sounds like the pitter-patter of footsteps departing before the door closes.
Great, the kids heard us. Alright, better go make them not freak out.
You can look around and, take stock of, whoever's there, whoever's got, like, dark vision. So right now, like I said, it's pretty much dark. Like, if you don't have dark vision, you're going to have to fumble your way around. Because the windows are shuttered and the heart's not lit.
Oh, that would be Draziel or Uncle? I think he has it.
Carson, does your character have dark vision? Halflings? I think they do.
Pretty sure. Yeah.
I think.
There's like 2 races in the game.
Yes, you
There's
do.
2 races in the base game that don't have it. Everyone else does.
Yeah, I remember you do have dark vision. So yeah, you and Drazo can both see in the dark, and you don't have to roll. I'll say it's fairly easy. You see the two. You see the dwarf woman and the human man. They're both sleeping on a cot. The daughter is sleeping beside them in what looks like a cot as well. A third cot is currently empty.
Ah, he went out to go be a hero.
You do not see this.
Ah, right.
Stark.
So we have a bit of a problem. Something's missing. This room is empty.
Wait, what?
Shit.
The family's still there. Just the boy's missing.
The boy's missing.
That's
Oh.
bad.
He went to go be a hero. One of them did magic.
Jinx! The boy is missing. He's going to die.
You said that way too loud.
What? And both the husband and the wife shoot up. The girl stays prone, and the husband darts up and quickly fumbles in the dark before grabbing what looks to be a very shoddily maintained short sword.
Cream!
Who's there?
Jinx goes, "Good news! Your son's gonna be a hero."
Oh my god.
No, he's not!
What?
Cream!
What did you do?
We did nothing. Where's Cream? Send Cream after the boy.
Cream appears in front of you.
I need a Cream token. Where is it? We not
Actually,
have one.
I think you do have a Cream token.
I have one somewhere. Oh, that is not what I meant to do, but also it is?
You are now Cream.
I have become Cream, savior of idiot children. Cream, go fix it. Fine boy.
He flies up and manages to work the door open, and it's kind of like seeing one of those super fluffy small dogs squeeze through bars when their fur is like 2 times as fluffy than their body.
Yeah.
It just squeezes through and flutters off. I'm assuming, are you projecting your senses into Cream, or are you
Absolutely. Like Cream has control, but I'm following.
All right, make a perception check with owl statistics.
Damn it. Every
With
time.
advantage, I believe, since it's visual.
Yeah. Well.
the wife is fully up now.
Oh yeah.
And she is stomping over
I'm just
to
gonna
all
do
of
it
you.
twice.
Oh Jesus.
She says, "Where is my baby boy?
Working
what did
on
you
it.
put in his head?"
Hey, you're the mother that
Jinx,
let him out of
shut up.
society.
Go in the
Actually,
corner.
actually, that part is your fault.
That is your fault. We had nothing to do with that.
No, you're the one that.
You!
All right, so that's a 16. All right, freeze frame. Cream taking flight.
Why
takes
is the
this-
second one not rolling? Roll 20 is very
Oh, there
slow.
we go.
Okay, 16.
All right, 16. Cream takes flight and gets decently high in the air and does a scan of the surroundings. You don't see any major movement. You do, worryingly enough, see what look like two jerkily moving figures up further along the main road closer to Bexley. And about a minute later, you see what looks like a smaller figure skulking along very close to the house, skulking along what looks like a series of hay bales and doing very overly dramatic, poorly choreographed swipes, stabs, and slashes with his knife into one of the hay bales.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, this really is your fault, and you are going to go fix this. Pointing at Jinx.
Wait, what did I do?
You
get
know
it,
it.
nice.
You know what you did, and now he went to go play with it. Now is not the time.
Well, it seems
He
as
asked
though
for a dagger.
our.
I gave him one.
Oh my
You
God.
what?
What? He asked for one.
You
Ma-
do not give a child a dagger if they ask for one.
Why? I can blow stuff up at his age.
Good
Jinx.
for you.
You
Jinx,
can
let-
you
let
can
me-
kill
let me make this-
you can kill Jinx while I go get your son back.
Jinx, let me make
I'm
this
going out
very
the door to
clear.
go get the child.
Yeah, Jinx, let me make this very clear. You are the dumbest person I have ever met in my entire life.
Yeah, but I'm trying, and that's what matters.
No. No. You don't get a participation trophy for this.
All
All
what
right.
have I allied myself with here?
Yeah, fucking Drowsy.
Very,
my
very
God.
good question. All right, so is Aurelia the only one who's slipping out?
Yes, apparently.
Okay.
No, Leaf will go.
Thank you.
Cinnamon Roll is going with.
Little as much as I know this campaign, the kid's gonna do 26 points of damage to me before we even get to the fight.
And steal my money.
Okay, Uncle kinda
Yeah,
just
that
like
happened too. I forgot.
Uncle just kind of like just just pinching the bridge of his nose, goes to his money pouch, pulls out 50 gold, and is just like, "Here, I apologize for literally everything that
And
Jinx
Jinx
has
sees
done."
this and goes, "Oh, good plan. They can buy a new son."
No,
You're handing that to, I'm assuming, the wife.
Draziel, just knock her out and take her with us. You have to be new muscle teacher.
I am giving the family 50
Richie,
gold
I
for what
miss
Jinx
you.
has done.
We are lost without you.
She snaps up the gold and gets right in your face and says, "You're going to get my son back, or I'm going to skin you alive. I don't care what you're capable of. Get
You know-
him back."
You don't ever mess with a mother, okay? I
know.
believe her. Let's go
Fucking-
find her son now.
Jinx just goes, "Man, she's really mad at you, Uncle."
You two, all of you especially, get out now.
Yep.
Yeah, Uncle.
Leaf just grabs and takes her. Just like, get the.
All right.
Come on.
So, Jinx, Leaf, both leave the door. It swings open. Anyone else joining?
Uncle leaves because he's not gonna stay there.
All right, Uncle and
Uncle's just tired of all this already.
Draziel departing as well.
I think Draziel is currently blue screened at how dumb this is.
Dogre. Dogre.
Yeah,
Oh, there he is.
I'm just,
I think Doger's finally
That's
like
fine.
settled in like what he signed up for.
Okay. All right, you all depart. feeling the heat of the wife's and the mother's understandable anger. But I'll say that you all, it's fairly. Well, actually, Aurelia, would you like wait for everyone to come with, or would you just basically make haste and whoever follows can essentially follow you?
Absolutely. I have to get to this idiot before he does something actually daring.
Okay, so I'm just gonna say you all leave and you're close enough that you can catch the other person and like follow the same route.
I'm Aurelia. You can catch up with me.
Especially Leaf.
Yeah.
Hello.
So the air, it's the same air. It's a little chillier with it being in the morning air, and it's kind of a little more pleasant compared to the air that you smelled yesterday. It's kind of got that fresh, dewy morning smell to it, as opposed to the nasty, rotting, stanky body smell that you smelled before. Aurelia, following the path that you traced, you dart between narrow alleyways between various houses as you cross smaller side roads, and it's about like maybe 2 minutes before you manage to find Joffrey, who's still practicing those fantastical swings, and he notices you and immediately shrinks, and he hides the knife behind himself and says, "Oh, hi." Don't tell Mom.
Hello.
Don't worry,
Are
you're
we
not.
all in there, or is it just Aurelia?
Aurelia is the first one arriving, then Jinx and Leaf, and then
No,
Uncle
Aurelia's. So if I have
Aurelia.
if I have the first word, I'm going to ask him. Do you remember the task that I gave you? Because I did tell him where the most important place for him to be right now. Do you remember where that was?
Yeah,
And where is that?
but well, heroes are supposed to train, and I've never used a knife before, so I figured I could, when the family's safe and home, I could practice.
And
And
you
with
know,
this,
and you know
Jinx
how,
Leaf,
and do you know how every single person learns how to use a weapon?
No.
They get a mentor. They get a teacher. I teach Jinx her magic, for example.
Well,
So
I can't.
you can learn a knife, and the best person to teach you how to use a knife would be your mother.
My mom knows how to use a knife.
Yeah, you use a knife when you cook food, for example.
All right, it's about this time that Jinx and Leaf show up. Well, Mom doesn't like me having knives, so I doubt she'd say yes. I just wanted to be a hero. And you hear his voice start to croak. As you know, he's
Yeah.
probably getting like, that kid caught with his
Yeah.
hand in the cookie jar.
No,
He's
this
starting
is the
to, tear up.
it's the unfortunate thing on I want to do the thing, but the thing is actually seriously right now very not the right time dangerous.
Now, I need
Here we go.
Leaf, Jinx, and Aurelia, since you're currently there. Need you all to make a perception check.
Yep. Because there's no way there's going to be a scenario like this without there being something around.
All right, what is it?
Perception, please.
Perception.
Sorry, just dealing with some stuff.
I don't apologize.
Oh my god!
What the fuck, you?
You're,
Okay,
you're at a point.
Anthony's,
Point for perception
just-
today, man.
Anthony's
you.
flapjacking. Okay.
Hey, at least I did better this time, alright? Like,
Okay.
You
so-
did.
all right, Aurelia. Unfortunately, since you're so focused on Joffrey, you're a little tuned out to your surroundings. Cream also.
Mhm.
What about Fu and or not Fu? Sorry, Draziel and Uncle.
What?
What?
I'm
What
not saying
roll?
rolls.
Is on doubt.
They're
not here
still catching up to you. So this is
are
only
they?
because
Okay,
you
sorry.
yeah you all left kind of intermittently. So this is this is just how the marching order is going. So yeah, really you're a little distracted with Joffrey as Cream perches on top of your head. Jinx, since Leaf is currently, I don't know if Leaf's like holding you or you're on Leaf's back, but Leaf gives you a bit of a higher perspective, and both of you spot a vague form shifting and looks like lurking beside one of the hay bales. It's roughly the height of Uncle, but
Oh, boy.
it looks like nasty, and you can just
Is it one of those
barely
fucking
see through the
Cybermen things?
I don't know what you're talking about, but you
Is
see
it,
it,
is
and,
it human?
Well, no, because we fought those the other day. So
It-
that's. Do I recognize it as one of the things we fought earlier?
if you'll have patience, I'll tell you what it is. You see this thing walking on all fours, and you can't get any real details, but the upper portion of what looks like this rounded body is like flexing and moving in unnatural ways. You can't really get a clear detail of it. You just hear this.
That thing doesn't feel too friendly.
And it
So yeah,
continues.
Jinx calls out a warning and tells them to yell explosion because she sees the kid. She goes, "Kid, yell explosion! Explosion!"
And you see the form lurch forward, taking little Joffrey by surprise.
I'm sorry.
With that shout of explosion, the thing lurches forward towards Joffrey.
Ah, fuck.
Ooh, that's a hit.
Ah.
That's kind of tricky. You want to use a luck die? Technically, this thing's making an attack roll.
I can't influence the other people.
Oh, that's right. It's against you. Doi. It's if you
Well,
attack other
more
creatures, right.
importantly, aren't I close to this kid? Can't I try something?
We'll try what? Because you currently are not aware of this creature. It's getting a
okay.
surprise round.
No, if I'm caught by surprise, then never mind. Yeah.
Shit. Okay. In that case, am I able to try and cast something?
It's currently in motion. Like the minute you yell explosion, Joffrey quickly parrots that, and then it lunges. So this is like in a split second this is happening. So it's gonna get a surprise round attack off, and then things can progress. So, and it manages to hit Joffrey.
I don't suppose Joffrey has a high AC.
Well, he's currently in basic, cloth shirt, cloth pants.
So what? 10? Just
yeah. He's got a base
right,
AC
so
of 10.
What did they roll? Because I can use bend luck.
I will say that they rolled high enough to hit him.
That's the point of not knowing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, nothing ventured, nothing gained. Got to give it a shot.
All right, so using bend luck. All right, 2. Unfortunately, that's not enough to reduce it below Joffrey's AC.
Out of curiosity, would anything I have rolled worked, or did I just waste that?
Please don't answer that.
I'm not answering that. Man, I'm not going to give you all the information on monsters.
I don't need information on his pluses or anything. Just whether or not
that is specifically information. That is specifically information.
No,
Well,
I don't need numbers. I don't need I don't know the pluses.
Semantics. I'm not providing that information. Moving forward. It's an attack off Joffrey. Fully hit. That is shift here. There we go. Oof. All right. This thing, as it lunges, you get a better look of it. And for lack of a better term, this thing looks like a 4-legged, 3-armed thing that is essentially a walking mouth with 3 glowing eyes. And it lunges towards Joffrey and sinks this massive maw just right into his side. Rolled really bad. 4 points of piercing damage.
Well,
And
it was more of a panic bite than anything.
Yeah, so Joffrey's hurting. And he stumbles to the ground as this thing, its momentum kind of causes it doesn't get a good bite, so it stumbles off to the side, and it quickly hops off and goes,
I'm gonna zap it.
all right, with what?
I'm assuming this is now initiative mode.
If you want to roll initiative, yes. There's currently no map for this. This was a chance encounter that.
Because
fortunately,
I'm
decided to make
assuming
this map for
everyone that
everything.
has caught up at this point.
Yeah. So just for the interest of flow, go ahead and roll initiative. And no, this is not a kaiju, since we're all here. This is essentially what's attacking Joffrey.
Oh.
Oh,
Ugly son of a bitch.
Oh yeah.
Ew.
Even
Also,
Joder, are you gonna roll?
Yeah, hold on. My thing.
Yeah.
I hate it.
like I said,
Thanks.
a walking mouth.
I mean, technically I'm a walking mouth, but I don't look like that, so.
Unfortunately, you've never ascended to levels of this mouthdom before.
I don't want to.
That's a mouth big enough for honeycomb.
If I have to look like that to ascend, I don't want it. I'm already ugly enough.
Oh, that thing is
Oh.
that is a bad initiative. All right, Leaf. Your go. Thing
My
kind of
go?
stumbles
Okay,
and
I
it's
go.
comes into a clear enough shot that it's the hay bales in question, like it's in between them, so there's no obscuration. You're in about like a 10-foot clearing with like 3 5-foot high hay bales spaced about 4 feet apart, so there's no obstruction between you and the maw demon or creature.
All right.
After maw demon.
I was gonna say, you just.
Yeah, it's my slip up. I can't take
These
it back.
things are awesome. I love them.
I was gonna say, it sounds like you know what this is.
Alright, I guess I'm going to roll to hit it. Oh my god, please! It
Oh,
doesn't.
good lord. Oh, that's nice.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Why does it have so many pixels? It's so detailed.
All right, so go ahead and make an attack roll. That's a hit.
What? I was certain that was gonna be a 4. Hey, it did
I
it.
know, right?
Oh, it did it to me, but it did it like higher.
Dude, it does that shit to me all the time. So I'm not
Why is it
sure,
only
like-
your rules that it does that?
All right, roll. If you want, go ahead and make another attack roll if you want, or just roll for damage next.
I already brought up the
Yeah, do it. Didn't finish it.
damage, so.
All right, that's fine. Jesus. Okay, you let loose an arrow. First one, it hits it right in the mouth, and you just hear this horrible as it seems to be choking on this arrow with whatever esophagus it seems to have.
Oh, well, I'm gonna roll to hit it again because it needs to be gone.
You see it cough up some black blood.
Not more black crap.
They didn't floss. This is why you floss.
He didn't wash his hands. Kill him.
That's a hit. Yeah, this is what coronavirus looks like.
fuck. Why did it roll again?
I mean, you hit.
I know, but what the fuck? Like, my dice rolled twice. I don't
that's
know
your-
why. That was my hit dice. It rolled twice for some reason.
On my screen, it only happened once.
Nope.
Weird.
That was 1d8 plus 5. No, that was your damage.
I know, but it
On
like,
on her
it-
screen, the dice visually rolled twice, and I don't know
Got
why.
it. Leave the walking nuke. So you let loose the second arrow, and it turns in a way that you basically hit it on the horizontal side of its mouth. So you end up like pinning its mouth closed, and it
Oh.
just slowly slumps off. And just begins to slowly disintegrate and melt and crack up like it's like it's drying out and flaking.
Fucking sharpshooter.
Yeah. And
You guys didn't need me at all.
nothing else really comes
No.
forth. Joffrey has a massive bite mark on his entire right side.
Aurelia's freaking the fuck out. She's gonna pick up Joffrey, go over to Draziel's probably finally catching up to this. I'm gonna go over to Draziel. Fix. You can do that, right?
Fix it.
Fix it.
I'm gonna lay on hands and heal him what he's.
It was a measly 4 points, but it's enough for a kid.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah.
So
Is the kid currently conscious?
Oh, he's no. This thing fit into
Would you?
Yeah. He essentially was going to be making death saving throws. But
Fix.
as you lay your put your hand gently upon his injured side, like the whole side of his shirt was torn off, so you see like these horrible raked wounds of where it didn't get a good bite, but it still just tore away.
Does anyone know mending?
His breathing is labored, but as you gently place your hand on it, there's a wince of pain, but this slow exhale of relief as the flesh begins to knit itself closed and the bleeding stops. And aside from the torn likely the trauma, no real damage seems to persist, and now he's just still unconscious, just not dying.
This kid's destined for great things.
Jinx, shut up.
Does anybody have an extra shirt? I feel like if we bring him home
I think I can
as is, his mother might be a little.
All we need to do is just put a new shirt on him, and we'll just go, he was just sleeping in the field, and completely blow this over. Got it?
He got the other one muddy and tore a hole in it. So we gave him a new.
Well, I mean, Leaf does not have an extra shirt. He only has.
We have a shirt
what
that would
he
fit
has
him
on.
too.
Which would be very suspicious.
You do notice that in his right hand is clasped the dagger, seemingly very firmly gripped with conviction.
What is it with people being able to hold items while unconscious?
I know, right?
So when something is equipped in D&D, it's super glued to the hand.
Got the kung fu grip.
Does anyone here know Minor Illusion?
Oh my Christ.
It's not going to last long enough.
I mean, it does need to last
It'll
long
last
enough for
long
us to get out of the
long enough
house
to
and
get away
leave.
from her.
Do I? I don't think so.
I mean, they will get over it.
How was it?
Or at the very least, they will be far enough away that they can't do anything.
Joffrey starts to stir before suddenly she like his eyes are wide. He's just deep gasping breaths.
Leaf,
All right, kid,
Leaf-
calm down.
Yeah, Leaf's like, it's okay, little one. You're all right. You're
Yeah, we took.
fine.
He looks to his side like, what?
It was all a dream. All really bad dream.
What happened to my side? What?
Yeah, you got tangled up and you were sleepwalking. You got tangled up.
It was a bad dream. It was a horrible dream.
Make a deception check.
I will do this, yeah, because I'm the one with actual deception.
No, you know what? Jinx and Uncle make a deception check. Yes.
You're gonna ruin this.
I have good deception, dude.
I hope so.
With the kind of things that she gets into, she has to be a good talker.
For
Why isn't
Kinda
it?
wanna
I
see what
mean,
got from
I
them,
have
just
good
kinda
perceptions. Don't rolled shit earlier.
Damn it.
Okay.
What the fuck? Why did it roll
Oh,
twice?
what the fuck?
Oh,
I
I
don't
got
know.
a 15. What the fuck?
Yeah, 8 came up first, so I'm making that your roll.
What?
Why did it? What?
I don't know.
I don't know. Dice or roll 20 seems to be out because GB she saw another dice pull up on
Dude,
her side.
On my end, the 15 came up first.
No, on the
Hold up.
chat.
Here.
Can you
Mine,
screen cap it actually and send it to the thing?
Because on our end it came second, and the 8 came first.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
Same.
Besides, I'm not gonna fudge a deception roll.
And the quantum roll symbol is next to the 8 and not the 15.
Oh yeah, no, the 8 is the actual signed one. Uncle's isn't even signed. What is Yeah, the roll server is currently taking a dump.
Even though the 15 came up first, the quantum roll is next to the 8 for me.
And Uncle doesn't even
so-
have a signed roll.
Mine
Yikes.
says it's 19.
Yours is
Fortunately-
19, but notice how there's
Yeah,
no
it-
sign next to it?
Yeah.
Okay, so
It's like it's saying that it was a phantom roll, kind of like how Anthony's
Mhm.
yeah,
15
the
is
ghost
a
in the
phantom roll.
machine. But, so Jinx, unfortunately, Joffrey doesn't. He's so out of it that what you're saying, it's not clicking with him. So unfortunately, nothing really. You're not fooling him. But Uncle, he looks to you, and he just kind of nods his head and just like, okay, doesn't really. I want to go home now. And he starts to
Good.
just tear up. Then he hands back the knife. You can have this. I don't deserve it.
You can keep it if you
Uh,
want.
No, take the knife.
No,
It's
you
not
can-
no boy. It's not about deserving. It's about danger. Right now it's scary even for us. That's why you got to be with your parents and help them get through this. This is going to get crazy. And currently you're the only one that's seen this crazy firsthand. You have to teach them how to deal with this now.
Yeah, so Jinx pushes the knife back towards him. Like, nope, it's yours.
Wait, you said I was.
Yeah, it was all a dream.
Dream-
All a dream.
Oh, okay.
It was a dream, but that's
But
enough.
it's a message. It means that you have to be strong for your family.
It's a
All right.
it's a premonition. Like Draziel gets
Okay, I
God
think
messages in his brain all the time. I
take
didn't
him
mean to
home.
word it like
Let's
that. What?
Take the brat home.
Here, just put him on Leaf's back. He'll think it's fun.
It's a
Horse
premonition.
and ride.
Oh, he sits on your back and he is like clinging himself to your upper half and just shaking. Get the feeling that he just wants to be home. So
Well, and he is going to be taken.
yeah, fortunately, no other terrible walking mouths jump out of the shadows at you, and you do manage to bring him home. His father is currently what looks to be pacing about as you walk in, and his mother is looking right at the father in the door. The minute you walk in, she quickly looks forward, sees her son, and makes a beeline towards him. Oh, my baby, my baby! What happened to
You don't
him?
have to buy a new
He-
son.
He was
happened to
he
his
was
shirt?
sleepwalking. He was sleepwalking and tripped, and the shirt tore.
You know what? I don't care. Just give me my boy. She picks
Yeah.
him up and just starts hugging him and kissing him and basically like my baby and just checking
Mhm.
him all over for any kind of damage.
Yeah.
And she actually, you know what? He probably I don't. I'm gonna make him make a sleight of hand roll with disadvantage.
What?
Well, he's terrified, but he still kind of he still doesn't want her to find out that he went out with a knife.
Yeah.
He's a kid, doesn't make sense. Probably not. That is a 4.
He's a kid, all right.
He tries to he tries to like tuck it behind him and kind of tuck it into the band of his pants, and he just like inadvertently tosses it to the side and it just falls off the side and
It's not- it's
and he
nothing
just
to-
looks at her
it's- it-
terrified.
It's nothing that Mom already didn't know about.
She just takes a breath. I appreciate you for rescuing my boy. I kindly request that you leave my home.
Not to tell
Yeah.
me twice.
I
Uncle
have
just
to. Well,
leaves. Just
to-
salute. Just tips his hat. Leaves. He's out.
yeah, I have to request. I have to request that you stay in the
Joffrey.
house. Like
Joffrey?
they're
Yeah.
all over the place. Keep them inside. It's
Oh,
time
he
for
will
us to.
not be
It's time for
leaving.
us to go to war.
Yep. Jinx goes,
Uh,
all right, Joffrey, remember, don't practice explosion in the house. Bad idea.
Oh my god.
Joffrey looks to
Um,
you and says, "Make them fucking bleed."
No.
We will.
But then Jinx puts her arm around Aurelia and goes, they grow up so fast.
Oh my god.
In a way that is actually kind of appropriate. We have to get rid of all of them. Aurelia's
The wife points to the door.
pissed.
Well, before Leaf leaves, I'm guessing everyone leaves before him.
Yes.
I
leave.
He basically is just like, I understand you want us to leave. We have caused too much trouble. But he asks if he could speak to, not only Joffrey, but well, I mean, he's the only kid that's probably awake, so would like to speak to him.
Surprisingly still asleep somehow.
Yeah, would like to speak to him before he leaves.
And still holding her boy, she'll say, "Whatever you have to say to him, you can say with me."
Well,
With him.
he's just asking if he could just speak with him. He doesn't have to be in secret. It's not.
Well, she just wants to make sure everything is understood because she is a very protective mama bear.
Yep.
Yeah, he understands. He understands, and he walks a little closer, and he basically tells Joffrey that this is something personal. When he looks at Joffrey, he sees himself wanting to be strong, but can't be strong because he's a child, and he kind of sees that himself, and he basically tells, it may not be right now, but one day you will be strong. You will become the hero that you want to be, but for right now, you basically saying for right now, you just be a kid and grow up and just live carefree, and then one day, once you get the proper training, and you will be that hero you want to be.
As you're talking, he slowly begins to lean his head down on his mom's shoulder, and his eyes slowly droop, but he just smiles and says, "You'll be the best hero."
He gently pats the kid on the head, kind of wearily, because he's not sure how his mom's gonna react, but
Yeah,
he wants to reassure him that he will definitely become the hero that he truly wants to be. He will achieve that goal one day. Just right now, it's just not the time. And he kind of bows, steps back, bows his head, and then
Discord kind of aged, but I'm assuming you said he steps out the door.
well, yeah, he
Okay.
he bows his head, and then he leaves, basically showing his respect to them.
Rest of the group, I'm assuming, is still waiting for you.
I guess.
I'm asking everyone else because I don't want.
Yeah, I left.
No, he's asking if you guys waited for me
I should have said outside.
Yeah. We're gonna go as a group.
All right. You eventually hear the door open again, and out comes Leaf. And the door just slightly slams, or not slams, but just kind of bangs closed on basic hinges. And you're once more in the early dawn, slightly advancing more towards later morn, in the outer skirts of Bexley.
Woohoo!
You don't hear any clamor from the town walls anymore.
But the gates are still shut.
Yep.
So then, with all of us in a line, with the sun at our backs, I look at Bexley and go, "All right, does anyone actually have a plan to get in?"
My initial plan was to knock on the gate and see what happens from there.
I mean, worst case scenario, we could always just, force our way in.
I
don't
could.
think that's a very good idea, little one.
I could, one by one, get each of us to fly over the walls, but that would exhaust me of most of what I could do for the day.
No, that's not necessary. We can blow a hole in the wall, worst case scenario.
We need that wall to stand so that Bexley stays safe. We are not blowing it up.
Not safe anyway.
I hate the fact that you might be right.
Oh my God, Jinx is right. Everyone run for shelter. Alright, so guys,
Fucking really. Well, that's not incorrect.
There's a river nearby, yes?
Yep, Bexley does reside at the crux of a main river and a smaller offshoot of a river.
Okay, I was mostly asking the other people too.
Yeah, there's a river.
Which means that they probably have some sort of sewage system.
Oh, gross.
It might be...
What the fuck?
Fucking moose!
Perhaps that could be our ticket inside.
Moose.
Not the moose.
The waterways.
The
I
water.
mean, we can show them your moose.
Oh, I thought you were
Maybe
talking
they'll
about
be
the moose.
impressed.
Well, it's
It
worth
is
a shot.
unnecessary right
Well,
now.
And Uncle, you would have known this detail. They do have guards patrolling the top of the walls.
Yeah. I don't think they
So it's
would.
not like
I don't think
no-
they would appreciate us just all of a sudden hopping up over the walls with fly, anyways.
Well, let's just go knock on the door then.
Well, we could try Plan A and then do sewer Plan B later. Yeah. So,
So just
I
knock
get-
on the front door.
I guess
Yeah,
we
we're
go
gonna knock
check
on the
out.
front door.
No harm in trying. I hope.
Okay. So takes not long, but like maybe a minute or a minute to reach the city gate or the town gate, not a city. It's currently barred up, and you see these thick iron bars secured along either side of it. And sure enough, along the tops of the walls, walking up and down, you do see some the town guards, sparse, but they are patrolling back and forth. And the moment that you come into view, you see their crossbows train in your direction. They don't fire. And as you get closer, you hear a voice. Declare your business.
We're here to save your asses.
By
Accurate.
whose name?
The tiefling guy?
Okay, do we use the word Melados, or do we use, what was the name of the guard captain person
Yeah, I
from
forget her name.
Artelia? Ah, that would be better.
What is her name? I forgot.
Ellison.
Guard, you're likely thinking of the guard captain of Bexley, and her name is guard captain Millicent.
Yeah,
What? No, wait a
same
minute.
same
Who was the person that sent all the guys and Fu down first?
Yeah, that was the city guard captain Belric.
Yeah, say that.
Yeah,
say
that dude.
Yeah, that dude.
We say that name.
Claim that you're with Sir Captain Belric, and he pauses a moment.
Yeah, and also maybe you don't recognize us, but we saved Bexley like a week ago, so there's also that.
Well, that's
But
great, but the town's in peril again, so thank you for then. Stay there. I'll be right back. And he looks to the number of guards and just says something quiet and departs.
Jinx turns to Aurel and goes, seriously, why is this place so popular?
I turn to Dreziel and I go, I swear if this actually works. I figured, with our luck, I figured absolutely something would go wrong. Wouldn't you know it? The sensible action actually worked this time.
All right, so a couple of minutes do pass, and eventually, the guy does. You don't see him come up, but you do hear a faint voice. Raise the gate. And
He's gonna raise the gate.
or open the gate, not raise the gate.
It depends on the style.
Yeah, it's not a drop down gate. But with this, you see the two guards along the walls. They let down these rope ladders and climb down. 4 in number, and they come around the front, and they collectively takes 4 per iron bar. There's 2 bars on the large gate. They lift it up and shift it off to the side. And as that finally happens, the doors slowly draw inward, and they permit you through. The guard you spoke to earlier, standing by the entrance.
All right. Well, I don't want this gate open any longer than necessary, so I quickly shuffle through as soon as there's a sizable
Wait.
enough crack.
He's beckoning you. He's like, "Come, come, come, come."
Oh yeah, we're getting in. Go.
Oh yeah, we're all scooting.
And when the gate closes, Jinx turns to, I guess, the guard captain guy and goes, hey, we're looking for the horny dude.
No, it's not, that's not the guard captain. As I said, that was the guy you talked to earlier on the
Whatever.
top.
Talking to that guy. We're looking for the horny dude.
I'm assuming you mean the wizard fellow. Fine. Guard
Yeah.
Captain Belric wants to talk to you. Go see him in the town square, please. Just go straight down this road and take a right, and you'll be right there, okay?
Yeah. Well,
Thank
he-
you.
if there's someone who knows what's going on, it'll be him.
Very
And
good.
as you leave, he turns and says, "Oh, you might want to think of, I don't know, a catchy moniker for your group. Might make it easier for people to remember your deeds if they have a name to go with the faces."
Oh, right. Also, guard Dave. I assume your name's Dave. You look like a Dave.
What?
No.
This joke again.
She goes, listen, so we're here to save everything, so hold down the fort until then, because God knows that's all you're good for.
We've been doing it. Please go to the town square. And he just turns away and returns back to his post.
As they're walking to the town square, and Traziel's just like, see, I figured that would work. In my typical line of work, if you knock and say hello nicely, they typically let you in.
Yeah, especially when you come with arms and armaments to fix their problems.
Yeah, most of the time, though, they generally just yell, kill it.
As you walk into the walled off section of Bexley, the ground becomes more paved with actual stone blocks, and it's not as deserted as the outer skirts of Bexley. There is actually some commotion, some sound, but there's not a positive energy. If people you do see, they're crouched down or they're hunched over, and they're just quickly walking along. Nobody really stops to talk. It's really obvious everyone is currently in, stuff's going down. We just need to hunker down. Don't want to talk. Need to get to safety.
Practice
And
social distancing, everybody. Wash your hands.
And this path even takes you by. Oh shoot! I forgot his name.
Uh-oh.
I am such a good.
This
DM.
character no longer has a name as deemed by the heavens.
It's not Malados, is it?
No, you
Okay.
pass by the enchanter Gilliam Jamas. That
Gilliam!
you
I
went
actually
to,
remember him.
And there's still the graffiti and the markings from the previous encounter that he had with those angry mobs that you fortunately prevented him from. It's kind of scrubbed away, but it's still faintly there. And compared to some of the other shops, it's not. There's no bar over the door. The windows aren't shuttered. It looks completely, largely normal, save for the just faint devil blood and child stealer still fairly.
Yeah.
Leaf, you do recall that you do have a bow. that
Yes. Leaf's
hadn't
father's bow. Yes.
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 Just gonna ask now, just to bring it back up. Would you like to pause and see if Gilliam...
Yeah.
If it's
trying to
ready,
railroad you.
dude.
If his bow is done and ready, then
It's been several days since you dropped it off, and he quoted that it wouldn't take very long, 2 days, maybe 3 days at the most.
Oh well, I as a person don't remember that. So.
Well,
Don't worry, Leaf does.
I think the group, after seeing how much that your arrows just nuke these demons, decree, like we should check to see if your better bow is there.
All right, so is there anyone else want to do anything else? Anything aside from this, or are you all going to Gilliam Jamas's shop?
I'm good.
I guess I'm gonna go
Shop.
get my bow. Yeah.
All right. So opening up the doors, and you come into that familiar air of the air around you having that slightly energized feeling about it. It's even lighter and you don't have that tense, heavy aura that you have coming into Bexley and even in the gated streets. And it's warm. No real motion for a few moments before you see a flourish of brilliant color, and out steps Gilliam Jamas, dressed in a basic green tunic and a vibrant emerald green robe. sleeves long down to his wrists. And he looks at you and says, "Friends! Oh, it's been so long since I seed you. How are you doing? Obviously, given present circumstances, not terribly well, but I hope, well, you're not dead, which I'm grateful for."
Hmm.
Ah, yes, I recall I had a bow that you dropped off. I believe, Leaf, was it?
Yes.
Good. Bit of a curious thing, your bow. Well, I will procure. I'll give it to you, and well, I'll explain when I get it. And he disappears behind a counter. You hear a few clangs, toppling of what sounds like paper, before finally he comes forth with your father's bow. It looks largely the same. So I have no idea what this bow is. It, for lack of a better term, didn't like me trying to enchant it. Uh, Threw me 20 feet backwards even when I tried to apply something to it. So
That's an angry
I
bow.
don't know what happened. Something is different. I can certainly tell you that. There is something. Your father has a very interesting taste in ranged armaments. And he hands it to you.
Oh. Okay.
Neat.
I'm assuming you reach out and grab it.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
The moment that your hand grips around, the grip of the bow, you feel this tingle of energy shoot up your, I'm guessing, your right arm, whatever your dominant arm is, and it's really it's off-putting just for the suddenness of it, and you see what normally is just a smooth wooden, well-polished and well-worn bow. You see a brief flash of this brilliant green energy dance across its surface, and as it flashes, it's just barely perceptible, but you could swear that there's these minute carvings, runes, some kind of design on it as that flash washes through. And then after this upside, once that happens, nothing else happens. You just have that rush, that brief flash of light, strange images on your bow, and then it looks perfectly normal. Well, that was new. And Gilliam, obviously, you saw that green flash.
Neat.
I feel like since I didn't clearly provide a service, uh, why don't I refund you a little bit of that price? And he procures 20 gold. Yes, it may not be a lot, but still, it did take time for a service. So, if you'll please accept my dearest apologies for not being able to provide a service that I promised I would.
Leaf, he, he takes, the 20 gold every. To him, money is kind of like, like for everyone else, it's an essential thing, but where he's from, it's not like a huge deal. But he has, he has his bow, and he kind of like holds it close to him, and he has this look of, he like closes his eyes. He's got this peaceful look on his face.
Yep. Memories of your
And
father training archery just kind of flash through your mind as you close your eyes.
yeah, it's kind of, this bow is very, very sentimental, and it was very clear that he didn't really need to do anything, to it. Just eventually something was going to happen, and he bows his head and he said, no, thank you. You did enough. You did what you could, and that, I could ask, and thank you very much for,
Oh, you're
your
very
service.
welcome. Well, depressing times granted, I think that should hardly be a factor to go a little bit of shopping. I mean, I wouldn't be an entrepreneur if I didn't peruse and encourage some patronage. I may be a little short on more magical and fanciful items and personal accoutrements, but I do have some potions if I could tickle your interest.
You're weird.
Thank you.
Oh, that was actually cute. Just like, thank you. I know.
Draziel steps forward. What kind of potions are we talking about?
Ooh, you're new. He looks to the group. Your bigger friend is missing.
Yeah. I don't know where he is. He kind of just poof.
We don't want to talk about it.
Yes, I've had a few assistants do that. It's quite irritating. Anyway, let's see. And he flips the.
Uncle, as he's talking, Uncle kind of goes over and looks around, hands in pockets. He knows that people will yell at him.
Yeah, true to what he said, there's not many magical items adorning the displays and such. Seems he has to go back to the grindstone and work out some product before he can actually sell some. You do see some chests in the back, but you get the feeling those are probably private commissions that other people have, paid a lot of money for. All right, so Josh just kind of flips through. Here we go. I have a few potions of basic healing, always helpful for not dying. I personally like to stay alive, so I'm assuming you do too.
Yes.
I have I totally forgot to have this one. If you might want it, no judgment. I do have a filter of love. Again, no judgment if you want it, but it's currently there.
Wait, a what?
Yes.
A what? Excuse me?
The hell did you just say? A what? A filter of what?
A filter of love, friend.
The hell is that?
Sounds like a love potion to me.
That should never exist.
That's actually a very good classification for it. It's, in a way, it's a love potion. Yes, one of my experimental alchemical forays, and I personally haven't tried it, so knowing that I made it, though, I
See, I thought
guarantee
Ellen got
really?
rid of that.
Aurelia is intrigued, but now but then she remembers that her muscle man's not around to test it on. Sad face.
All right.
Oh.
I will say, Aurelia, since you are, versed in, magic, alchemy is, an offshoot of the magical arts. Filter of love, pretty much the person who drinks it. Next time you see a creature within 10 minutes after drinking this filter, you become charmed by that creature for 1 hour. If the creature is of a species and gender you are normally attached to, you regard it as your true love while you are charmed. This potion's rose-hued, effervescent liquid contains one easy-to-miss bubble-shaped heart.
Yeah.
Could come in handy. What else?
Really? Well,
I'm intrigued.
All right. Well, like I said, no judgment. I'm sure a motley crew like you could certainly find an interesting application for it.
They are an odd bunch, aren't they?
They're what? You
An
Discord
odd
kind of ate
bunch.
their builder.
An odd bunch.
Oh, they are odd, but I like that. And besides, they buy from me, so they could be as odd as they want, so long as they're not slaughtering innocents. I don't care.
Jinx
Uncle kinda gets a
pipes up and
shiver.
starts, oh, my arm did that.
Uncle kind of gives a shiver when
That's
he
why we
heard
got rid
when he
of it.
heard him say "I like that." He's just like, ugh, I like that.
Yeah, Jinx holds up her previously demonic arm, the one that he saw. And goes, oh yeah, my arm did that. That's not a problem, is it?
We got rid of it.
I'm happy that you got rid of that. That was not a nice thing.
Yeah, he was kind of a dick.
Well, technically he was an arm, but we know whatever floats your boat.
I mean,
Anyway, okay, and he goes back to flipping through. Okay, potions of healing, filter of love. I do have a potion of growth. Pretty self-explanatory. Potion of...
Uncle needs it.
excuse me.
The hilarious thing.
Shrinking potions.
I already know about the thing of growth. It actually would put you to medium size.
All right, so potion of growth, and he looks to you, Uncle. No subtle joust at you, please. I know that can possibly be construed. Okay, let's see. Healing.
Leaf would never say something like that. Okay, just want to clarify.
Oh, this one might be fun. I have a potion of fire breath if you want you to be a little ignitey.
Me.
Fire.
Me.
Oh,
We
sort
already
of
deal
like
with
those,
enough
dr-
fire
those
as it is.
dragonborns, huh?
I'm sorry, what was that, my shiny friend?
I said sort of like the dragonborns, what they do, something like
Exactly. In a way, it could be considered, a dragon's breath in a bottle.
Gimme.
No.
Well, he looks to Jinx and he looks to the rest of you and says, if she has the money, she's more than capable of buying it herself.
that.
How
How
much?
much?
Okay, let me see. Potions of healing, those 20 gold apiece. Looks like I have 5. Filter of love, I'll say 20 gold, that one as well. Potion of growth, let's say 30 gold for that one. And potion of fire breath. No, I like you. I will tell you what, I'll give you a 5 gold discount on that. I'll sell you the potion of fire breath for 30 gold.
29.
30.
29 and a half.
30.0.
Done. Sucker.
Okay, add into his inventory. Potion of fire breath.
Well,
And the thing
I
is,
will
she's
take-
not wrong because she got it for 5 gold off.
Okay. Let's see. You've got that potion. Woe upon any whom earn your ire. And he looks to the rest of you. Terribly sorry. Hey, I go where the cold is. No judgment. So, let's see. And he goes back. Have a potion of frost giant strength.
Oh no.
Little pricier there. And a potion of mind reading. And I'm afraid that's all I currently have. Oh, wait! And a greater potion of healing. Almost forgot that one. One of those, good bit pricier, but gives you more life. So, when you need to live, I'd spend the money.
How much is the frost giant and the greater healing potion?
Okay, let's see. Frost giant. Okay. No, not 20, 50. Yeah, here we go. Let's see, for the components, you apologize, I really don't write down a concrete price. I tend to go by ear depending on what went into it in time. This one was a little bit tricky. I will sell this to you for 250 gold.
250
Yeah.
gold for the 2 of
Jesus.
them?
It's not easy getting the ingredients for this
Well,
potion,
yeah.
and so I am not
For-
trying to steal from you. Trust me.
I don't know if Aurelie would know it, but you actually require to get a toenail clipping from the appropriate giant type. Yeah, have fun doing that and then living.
So that's just that single potion is that much.
Yeah.
Just this potion, and if you're not
But it will
familiar
make
with it,
you strong beyond belief.
just don't mind the nail that it dissolves once you drink it. Don't think too much about it and just kind of really knock it back. But drink this, and you will find that your strength is considerably greater than you likely could ever achieve naturally.
How long does it last?
Oh, generally about an hour, give or take a few minutes. But yeah, an hour is generally how long it'll last for you. I highly suggest if you're lifting anything heavy to, keep those seconds in mind. Maybe a couple minutes short.
Oh, damn. You get 3 uses out of this fucking thing.
As
What?
interesting as that is,
Out of what?
it is a little out of my price range. That greater healing potion, however, how much is that?
Greater healing. Okay, that, again, greater, fancier. It's going to be a little more pricey. Greater healing, let's see. Healing for 20 gold. Greater. I will sell you a greater potion of healing for, say, 150 gold.
150. Yeah, that's not gonna work.
How much gold do you...
How much do I have?
110.
Well, just a little over 100, I'd say.
So you need 150, right?
Something like that. Well,
I
no.
mean, Leaf doesn't mind helping.
no, don't worry about it. I don't want to break my bank. I think instead I'll get 3 of the smaller health potions.
What should be the exact same price?
All right, so it's 20, 40, 60. Well, I'll say since you're buying 3, I'll knock 5 gold off the purchase price. So instead of 60, I'll sell it to you for 55 gold.
55 gold. That sounds perfect.
Delightful. And he
Goes to
walks
Oh,
back.
I love this dude so much.
Yeah, walks back, procures 3 circular bottles that are wrapped up in a small amount of cloth and places them on the counter. There you go, 1, 2, 3. I do hope while you don't maybe you don't use these potions, I hope if you need to that they help you considerably.
Yes, it's always good to be prepared.
Indeed. Is there anything else I can help you all with? Again, unfortunately, I don't have much in the terms of fanciful equipment, but I do. I might have. Ooh, wait. Ooh, hold on. He quickly darts away and disappears into a back room. You see, there's no door. He just kind of knocks aside a curtain of a very fanciful red velvet, and comes up, and you hear another raucous sound of slamming drawers, opening and closing cabinets. Aha! Here it is! And he comes back out looking very pleased with himself. Ah, yes, this was a happy little accident. And believe me, I'm actually happy I made this. Actually, one of my experimental forays, but don't worry, it's not deadly. I wouldn't want to kill you, you're wonderful customers. This is a potion of flying.
Oh god,
Again,
no.
the name is fairly explanatory.
Didn't we have something like that?
I don't know, do you?
I know, I felt like we had something like that, and that was how, like, when we were fighting the graboid things, wasn't didn't one of us, like, learn how to fucking fly? I can't remember if that was
Aurelia has access to the fly spell, is what you're thinking.
Alright, well...
But, yeah, she did use that to basically make Leaf a flying arrow gun.
Oh, I guess one other thing. Do you
Yes.
have any javelins?
Do we have any what?
Javelins.
I'm afraid I'm going to have to say no, friend. I may enchant and work with mundane weapons, but when it comes to keeping the mundane types around in available stock, I'm afraid I don't. You'll have to hopefully stop by a blacksmith that's still open and operating, and I'm sure they can provide that to you.
All right.
Still, flying in a potion form. It really just,
I
how does that even
would,
work?
Draziel pulls out one of his javelins and just like shows it to you.
Ah, okay.
Okay, so potion of flying, just basically give you the whole synopsis. When you drink this potion, you gain a flying speed equal to your walking speed for 1 hour and can hover. If you're in there when this potion wears off, you fall unless you have some other means of staying aloft.
Yeah, so it's 1 hour flying, but it's not concentration based.
Yep.
That is nice.
And he's pretty much like lined this all up on the counter. He's he's separated the healing potions for Draziel. Until he actually takes them.
Would
Yes.
like to roll for perception to scan the shelves to see if there's any like small thing
All right,
that
go ahead. and roll
Uncle would find useful.
Okay.
Would find
Roll for
useful.
perception.
Okay, I was about to start glaring at you with ire.
No, just anything that he would himself would find useful for him.
A runaway fly potion sounds useful.
All right, so you roll that perception. Not bad. You scan the shelves. Nothing really sticks out. You believe that Gilliam Mouse is pretty faithful to what he said. He's pretty tapped out when it comes to these magical wares. Apparently, y'all aren't the only ones buying that stuff up. Again, you do find your eyes falling to those chests. They're slipped a little further back, close to that back room curtained area, and they're sizable, about foot and a half
Uncle-
wide by foot and a half tall.
Uncle nods his head towards it. What's in those chests?
Those are private commissions. So, fortunately, I don't believe any of you ordered anything. So, I'm going to have to say nothing that you need to know.
Fair point.
And I advise you keep those little fingers in your pockets, friend. You've been doing a great job of that so far.
Uncle just through his teeth, noticeably annoyed. Hands in pockets.
I respect the tenacity. Don't worry. I won't tell.
What the fuck is this low-key racism? He immediately goes. He immediately singles out Uncle on this is not supposed to be a jab against you when no one said anything prior. And then this?
Draziel,
Might be
he
something there,
slightly
who
racist
knows?
towards halflings.
Draziel turns over and takes notice. Doesn't say anything.
Okay. That
I
is
will be right
currently
back.
all I have in stock for potions. If you would like to commission me enchanting something else, I could provide that. Afraid that the time is going to be a little longer. It's going to be about 5 to 7 days, because, with the current climate, it's a little tricky to get my materials in.
Well, I don't have anything particular, but I like your work and I want to fund it further, so I'll take that filter of love off your hands. I'll see if I can come
Oh,
up with something
God.
funny.
Dude, I thought Ellie got rid of that. What happened?
Oh, I
Oh,
like you so much more.
She
right
got
now.
she got rid of it, and it was given in the sight into the sight line of a character that has actual use for it.
Yeah, but she poured it out. So...
She poured it out into the ocean, and the ocean reformed it
No.
into this campaign.
No. It didn't. She didn't pour it out in the ocean. She poured it out in the same.
Yeah.
All right, back to the scene at hand.
Well, you know what I mean.
Tell you what, I believe Aurelia is your name.
Yes.
I like you, so I will sell it to you for 20 gold.
I'll
Damn.
take it for 20 gold.
And
wants it.
sold. All right, I've sold 3 healing potions and a lovely potion of. It's a love potion. I'm not going to try and call it a filter. Is there anything else? Again, I do have a potion of growth. I do have the potion of frost giant strength, potion of water breathing, and very well made, the potion of flying.
How much is the potion of flying? Probably a lot.
Let's see. Ooh, yeah.
Probably a lot.
That is going to be fairly expensive.
But yeah, because it's
Potion of flying was going to run you 750 gold.
yeah.
Take me out to dinner first. Jesus.
One hour, no concentration. Yeah, that thing's a miracle.
Again, sweetie, I source all my materials personally if I can, so trust me when I say you're getting your money's worth. Gilim Jamas is no shill. Anyway, is there anything else I can do for you again? This is all I have. I'm sure I'll be able to procure a little more, although honestly, you all keep clearing me out. Not that I'm complaining.
The more we clear you out, the more that you can source new stuff.
Exactly. Oh, and Luna's doing lovely, by the way. She's been tinkering with that Nexus stone that you helped get her.
Oh,
Nice
I
idea,
forgot about
one.
that thing. Yeah.
The dark elf lady. I forgot about her.
Yes. I haven't been able to get her out of her study for days. Don't worry, she's still alive.
I hadn't forgot about her, but I definitely forgot about what we got her.
Or-
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, right. We're looking for teacher. Points at.
What?
She's right there.
Muscle teacher.
no,
I think.
not that. Not this teacher.
Muscle teacher.
Oh, I'm afraid I don't know where he is,
No,
unfortunately.
not muscle teacher. Teacher, but not teacher.
Are you
Can,
talking
can,
about
are you
Maldos?
are you drunk? What?
Are you
Sweetie.
talking about Maldos?
Oh, I'm talking about your fucking double.
Oh,
Oh,
Oh, you mean
The
Maldos.
double.
Okay, that's cute. But I like you, so I won't do anything about that. Last time I saw, we had a little bit of a scare recently. Maldos was out deal with the nasties that were getting in here.
Malados. Who's Malados? I'm not talking about Malados.
he's talking about the mirroring.
The mirror lady that looks exactly like a
The
Oh,
teacher, but not teacher.
congrats.
yeah, I was just as confused.
you don't know.
We think that's part of the reason that this is happening, isn't it?
Yes, and the Mirrorling was currently incarcerated and being held in some sort of unknown field back in Artelia.
Oh, I'm sorry. For some reason, I thought she escaped.
No.
We were terribly worried that she was going to escape, and then we decided to not do anything that would even remotely chance that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Right.
it was the Tear of the Dawn Fathers, which is what it stole. That is what was not returned. So that's
Wait, then
pretty
why-
much what was.
So, okay. So we're at Bexley to find out what was causing the issue. Because for some reason, I was under the impression that the fucking mirror bitch was the issue.
We have a theory that what she stole that did get away is what's the issue. She's the cause of it, but she's not personally involved anymore. But what she stole is still stolen, and that's what we think is currently happening.
They're currently investigating.
Mm-hmm.
Did that clarify any more?
I mean, I'm retracting my previous statement. So.
Okay. So with that, you've got the potions in question. Did any of you want to buy any of the other potions, or no?
Do you have any potions of spell slots?
Oh my
What?
god.
Are you talking about? Oh, you're talking about Lyrisite potions. Again, unfortunately, my friend Maldos cleared me out with all that he's been doing to try and help God Captain Millicent, and more recently this Belric fellow. I've kind of given him my whole stock, and with how much he's bought, I hope he hasn't gotten addicted. That stuff is nasty.
Have you?
Oh, okay.
Do you know specifically where Malados is? We actually need to go see him after we talk to guard captain person, which
In the in the town center, likely where Millicent is stationed, or in his tower, which is also in the town center.
I wonder what guard captain thinks. I'm just like, oh yeah, we'll be right there. Quick, let us go shopping
Okay, I'm
first.
Well, I mean, if they are expecting you, I greatly appreciate your patronage, but I would suggest going to see them. Millicent is patient, but she can be a little crass when she's left waiting.
Alright. Potion of love bought. 3 healing potions bought. Are you getting that fire breathing potion or not, Jinx?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
yeah, Jinx
she
bought it.
got it. Yeah.
Alright.
Yep, Jinx bought it.
Then I think we've got everything that we care about at the moment then.
Okay.
Uncle just real quick walks up and goes, so, how big would that growing potion make me?
Well, roughly the equal size of myself, or most of your compatriots.
So that means you'd probably be the same height as like Jinx or something.
How long does it last?
Potion of growth, I believe. He taps his chin. I believe it lasts for about an hour. Shit.
It 1d4 hours? Oh, it's a dice based. Wow,
About
so it's
an hour. It can vary. It's a little bit not volatile, but well, the length can vary between consumer and consumer. So, at the very least, an hour, maybe longer. I've never done an in-depth study. Would you like to buy it?
Uncle is in deep thought, debating on whether or not to buy this before going, no, my height is actually kind of useful.
Fair enough. Well, tell you what. I'll knock 5 gold off the price if you want to buy it now. Never know when it'll be coming to use.
I mean, you don't even have to use it for
Whatever,
yourself.
fine, I'll buy it.
Good man. And let's see, I believe that was 30 gold, so 25 gold.
All right.
All right, and you have a potion of growth. And with
Might come
that,
in useful.
you're plenty useful. All right, with that, let's go ahead and take a break because I gotta go to the bathroom and need to get some water. So let's take
I'm
a
making
break.
food.
We will return.
Yeah, let's take a break.
Put some
Alright, done.
Royce,
And,
Royce, put some music on. I will do this properly this time.
Thank you. Just
Yes,
making
yes,
sure.
Be aware though that you have to message me back if I have to do this properly. I will not be able to hear you guys.
Yeah, I'll
Roger.
I'll text your phone.
Oh no, you can message me on Discord. Just at me.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Well, at least
All
I
right.
noticed.
Indeed, indeed. All right, so we're all good? All right. So, bring things back. Okay, welcome back to everyone after we took our little break. Hopefully you're watered up, fooded up, and relieved yourself where appropriate. So, let's pick up where we last left off. Getting tongue-tied here. All right, so y'all, you're exiting Gillian Jamas's shop. Energetic air of this shop fades away, and you're thrown back into that heavy, slightly depressive air of the town. Not many people, and still have the path to the town square. I'm just assuming that you pretty much make a beeline to it.
Yeah.
All right,
Mm-hmm.
so you make your way. Start to notice as you get closer to the town square, you start noticing some signs of conflict. Along the road, there are chunks of the masonry, like dug up, like from an impact or some kind of sudden sudden explosion of some sort. Not big, but moderate. There's also these strange black stained splotches along the ground as well, along with unfortunately a few visibly dead town guard. Some just dead with blood, others with rather intense wounds. Their necks ripped out, arm ripped. One is even ripped clean in half. And at the most that they're pretty much given is just a piece of cloth draped over their body before people can see them. Unfortunately, you managed to get a peek. Getting to the town square itself, very busy, very bustling. There's a large amount of people either just huddled up, going from nearby shops to nearby shops. There's a large, sizable stockpile of supplies. It looks like this is pretty much a centralized area for people to come and shelter down. Another thing that you notice is the main walkways into the town center that you even have to walk around are not fully blockaded off, but obstructed enough that anything that tries to advance needs to slow down and essentially bring itself into a funneled point. So you get an idea that if things aren't minor with how much it looks like they've actually prepared. And there's you do see what looks to be a tent directed in the town square. It's got it's got a pair of city guard from Martellia there, and you do just see what looks like guard captain Millicent and castle guard captain Bellerick currently bent over some documents, talking rather heatedly with one another. And you also spy Malados. All talking together, understandably. Some frazzled, energies high. They're not having tea. So I'm assuming you approach.
Now, remind me which guy this is.
Malados?
Malados. Is he the one that we saved from that unruly mob?
He's the guy that has the gold eating ferret.
Yeah. Gillian Jamas is the owner of the Launch One. Yeah.
Okay.
We haven't talked to him in a long time.
Yeah. Malados was the guy that pretty much brought you here first. You were delivering supplies with him, and then the whole thing with the death bug. Yeah, that's Malados. It's pretty much like the unofficial resident mage of Exley. So is there anything that you prepare to do, or is it pretty much just right up to the tent? Yo, what's up?
The jig is up. You.
Oh my god.
All three look in your direction. Guard Captain Millicent looks worn. Her armor is visibly damaged, and she's actually got an eye patch over her right eye. And her blonde hair is still, held back in a ponytail as it was before. She just looks to you and, you've finally arrived. Well, things certainly have progressed, as Captain Belrick has no doubt informed me regarding other concerns. Don't suppose you're here to also help with the issue of the attacks on Bexley, not just investigate regarding this tear of the dawn. I don't know.
Jinx kind of blinks, goes, wait, remind me who you are again?
I'm Guard Captain Millicent. I'm not surprised you don't remember me. Did make any effort to imprint myself on you.
You're not a guard captain, you're a pirate.
Oh, you're adorable. And then with this,
Don't mind her.
Malados steps in.
So
Yes, it's wonderful to see you all too. I'm if you have questions. You look
Yeah, well,
concerned.
the first question was almost kind of answered. This has nothing to do with what we've done prior, or do we have no idea what this is about at all?
I have no idea myself. So it could be an entirely different bit of unpleasantness, but the presence of undead along with what's turned out to be demons, that has me suspicious that this might be related. But last I checked, you killed Fabian de Bolbeck, the supposed leader of that little cult towards Orcus. Yes, you saw the body. You killed him.
We killed whatever was. We killed the guy that was currently being used as a vector for all of this. But the ringleaders of all of this in the first place was clearly demons.
Uh, yes, and if I guess city captain, castle captain, sorry, Belric is any indication, very powerful artifact was stolen, and it's the implications for it are not pleasant. Do any of you know what a fragment, even the size of, say, an, a fragment of godly power can do?
Just turn an entire lake into a lava land or something.
That is softball. It can tear a gap between the planar boundaries, between the physical realm, our realm, and whatever boundary happens to be closest. Given that
So
we're
dump
with
the entire.
demons,
Okay, so dump the entire lake into the plane of fire. Yeah, that's way worse.
well, I mean, do you have any idea where? I Valeric informed me that the thief was captured, but the artifact wasn't retrieved. And suppose you know anything about that?
Yeah, teacher, not teacher, was the thief.
What?
right.
About the thief.
Oh, you were the one the mirroring mimicked. Oh,
Yes. That was
That-
an unpleasant experience.
I can only imagine. I've never experienced one myself. Hope to
Don't
never.
touch it.
I
Ow.
don't try to touch demons, so
Good.
I'm safe.
Not that demon.
Right.
My arm.
Oh, we
Well-
got that resolved.
Yeah. Oh,
So
lovely.
that's one less thing for everyone to worry about.
I do have a question for you all, and Maldos gets fairly serious. When I sent you to Breezeholm, that was when I was you helping me deal with the concern of the death fog and all that. It was the most recent town that had been subjected to the death fog and its unfortunate effects. What did you find in Breezeholm?
Dead people.
Let me reiterate. What did you find that was out of the ordinary besides the dead people?
Breezeholm was where the mirroring started from, right? Was that where the mirror was?
Yep. And just your characters will memorize this, so I won't force you to memorize every single aspect because a lot happens, life happens. So Breezeholm, what happened is you discovered in the temple that was within Breezeholm a small room hidden away underneath the temple, and you found ingredients and substances that looked to be pertaining to the creation or the catalyst of death fog. But at the same time, you also found a strange device, these large runes and this large circular mirror that, at a guess, you'd say was used to communicate before when you viewed your reflection in it, it smiled and waved. And then Fu promptly struck the bookshelf, igniting it with his fire axe, and with the fell energies of those tomes, quickly created fiend fire, which consumed the space. Whatever reflection.
Oh yeah, no, I remember now. I read a book there, and that's when Arm Teacher showed up.
So, your friend burned, made a fire with, oh, Pelor, oh, Wild Mother, oh. So, here's my hypothesis. That device with the mirror, that was likely some means of communication. To communicate, you need some kind of connection. Fiendfire is very good at destroying things, both mundane and magical. I have a hypothesis that, with what you told me, whatever connection was used to connect between the planar boundaries, well, it's not stable anymore. You don't just let a hole like that fix itself. It doesn't. It needs to be specifically fixed. And what sounds like your muscle friend inadvertently may have been the first fallen D&D equivalent of dominoes that led to this.
Hmm.
So, I'm worried about is the lovely town of Bexley may once again be in the crosshairs of whatever thing is now trying to, what I'm suspecting, open up a tear to the abyss. Sounds fun.
Yeah.
So, Garkevin also clears his throat. Yes, well, this is all well and fun, but a more important thing to address. We are currently being attacked, and we need to shore up our defenses. You're all here. I would greatly appreciate some aid in this matter. Can you lend your assistance?
I mean,
Yeah, but
What?
demons don't just die when they're killed. If they're just gonna go reform back where they came. Once we have the defenses enough to make sure that we can survive onslaughts as they come, sure. But we need to figure out where they're coming from, or this is just going to go on forever.
Yes, and unless we help shore up the defenses, this endless tide of never-ending demons is going to eventually crush Bexley. So, I
Yeah.
implore you to at least
so
help.
why don't we take Bexley and move it somewhere else?
Oh my
That's
god.
not gonna work.
If I was level 17, I could do that, but I can't.
How do you all function with her?
We don't.
With
I'm
great
pretty sure
difficulty.
You kind of learn to you know.
The same way people live with an itch.
She's basically almost got us killed several times and almost killed me.
But yeah, like I did say, first step is rebuild defenses. That is, yeah, that's the first step, always. Because there's no point for us to go stop this thing if we come back and Bexley's just a smoldering crater.
Yes. Well, what I need is a little aid in helping ensure that as many civilians are focused in the town center as possible. The closer they are, the easier we can protect them. And I have reason to believe not everyone was able to get back here, at least within the town walls. If you're willing, I'd like you to go and see to the northeasternly section of the town. At least do a simple sweep, call out if you wish. Just try and find anyone who may have stayed in their home out of fear.
And if they don't listen,
No, that's their choice.
Well, that's their choice. I can only try and help them. I am not a dictator. People have free will. They're free to exercise it.
Well, if somebody thinks they're safer in a hole, then I hope they picked the right hole.
Amen to that. So, if you're willing to help, I suggest you depart immediately, as soon as possible. Then, well, that should be at least enough to get a foothold. Then you can see to whatever issue with these demons arise.
Right, though. What did the mirrorling say specifically? It said the name of the demon that we were dealing with.
Orcus.
And and it also said something about a mist or a fog or a lake or something.
The Black Lake. It's also a term used for the abyss.
Yeah. So Aurelia says in no uncertain terms that is most certainly what we're dealing with specifically. That's what the mirrorling said. That's what the mirrorling was trying to bring out. So.
Oh, good. It is the same then. Malrus just pinches the bridge of his nose. Okay, I am going to return to my tower and prepare, and hopefully we can visit, go to Breezeholm, and suture up whatever weakness that may have been left over from that little fire that your friend started. Sound good?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Go team? I don't know.
No, go team. We're a team now, whether we want to be or not. We survive this together, or we die.
See, this
Lovely
is
to
what
hear.
happens when people don't trust implicitly in magic.
All three of them look at you and just go about their day.
No, hear me out. Hear me out. Seriously. Muscle Teacher was afraid of magic. He attacked the evil books or whatever he attacked that caused the fire because he was afraid of magic. He doesn't trust it. If he trusted in magic, this never would have happened.
Fascinating. Certainly something that we can dwell upon when we're all old and ready to fade. But now, please see to the town.
Yeah, we're gonna save your asses again.
Oh, how grateful I
Damn
will
it.
be.
Ooh, the next. If
You know, you can
if I
watch your tone. I'm not gonna help you.
either by leveling or finding a book, I actually have a spell that I could think of to help fix whatever is wrong with that hole.
Were you saying that out loud, or is that just you metagaming commenting?
Half and half. If the current topic is the portal is not halfway unstably busted open, then Aurelia would start thinking, how do you fix that? And how do you fix that in magic terms? So,
Okay.
yeah, while we do our thing, she's also going to be on the side thinking, where would I even begin to fix something like that?
Got it.
What about that Nexus thing we got for the Black Elf chick? Couldn't that help?
Aurelia, make an Arcana check. I'm gonna have Malodus make one too.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I do not know enough about the Nexus to be able to tell you. It was a thing I went and grabbed because it was a thing to grab.
A Nexus Stone is more meant to stabilize a portal. It's meant to be used within a portal nexus to allow multiple portals to different
Yeah.
realms. It's very
So
old
it would
magic.
help us. It would help the portal open and stabilize. That's the direct opposite of what
Okay,
we
the
need
thing
right
is,
now.
though, is if we know how to stabilize, then we know how to destroy.
Ugh.
That's not how Nexus Stones work.
Well, it's simple. We start there and then we go backwards.
Do Nexus Stones have a backward setting? I wouldn't even know where to begin to find that.
Well, I mean, with the rolls that Malodus got and that you got, you don't know.
Yeah.
Well, can I do an Arcana check?
Maybe if we got the Nexus,
that we read about.
maybe if we had the Nexus Stone and we started studying it, but damn, we don't have the time for that right now.
Yeah, and again, this is information that's like written down, studied, and since it's been established things can't read, fortunately not.
All right. Well, in that case, I'm gonna do something that. Okay. I want to do an intelligence check because this is something that I don't think she would normally think of. So how would I do that?
Oh, okay. I'm gonna need a little more context. You need to make an intelligence check to do what?
Because me as the player I have a suggestion. Jinx as the character, she would need one of her rare moments of insight.
Okay, yeah, sure. You can have your rare moment of insight here.
So, I guess what roll would that?
Just make an intelligence roll. Beat a 13.
So did it pass?
Just barely.
So Jinx goes, okay, so teacher doesn't know much about the Nexus Stone, and you obviously don't, but Dark Elf Lady has been studying that apparently nonstop since we brought it to her.
Well, if you want to learn more about it, and she's the expert.
Well, it's definitely something that we can look into after we do our rounds of the town.
Indeed, indeed.
Well, I mean, why not send, one of the guards to bring her here and ask her yourself while we're taking care of your dirty work? Multitask, people. Multitask. Come on.
Please see to your assignment. We will handle that. Thank you.
If we have the hands to spare, all right.
All right. Is there anything else that you want to do? Because if not, pretty much going to be departing into the northeastern section of the town.
Yeah,
So-
we should head over there.
All right. So as you depart, same air. Couple minutes, nothing really happens. What's the marching order? Who's going first?
Gold guy, you're up.
Yeah.
Draziel.
Yeah, I'm going first.
Okay.
I think it
Where's
should
your
be how we kind of normally do it.
Yes, but
Kind
where does-
of like have him in the front and
it was
or
him in
however-
the front, you in the back, and then the squishy mage is in the middle.
In the middle.
All
well,
right.
I mean, we also have Uncle, so
Yes, but Uncle's small enough that he can be anywhere, and he can be in any of these positions simultaneously.
Yes. I can
There we
be
go.
anywhere.
It's also
Right.
nice to have the paladin-looking motherfucker to be at the front, so everybody's like, "Oh look, it's a paladin. We're saved."
Yes.
Unless they just really don't like
yeah,
paladins.
but you're also a little more tanky
Very true.
I am, so
Yes.
it's
Right.
better to have the lookout in the back anyway.
So, since Draziel, you're out in front, you're the one who's got the widest field of vision and the greatest sense of perception. I need you to make a perception check.
Hold on. Is a yeah. Where's the crazy? Yeah. Okay, it was that. Boop.
Okay. Unfortunately, nothing really comes to your immediately. You think you hear what sounds like gurgling or something off to your right, but at the same time, it could just be maybe you just heard something off. A few more minutes pass, and you do actually start to hear genuine sounds of alarm. What sound like rapidly falling footsteps. And as you come to a small intersection, you're very nearly run into by what looks like a small family. It's like a mother, father, a child, and then a short dwarf guy.
All right, Uncle, it's your turn
Right.
to get the kid.
No.
Dwarf looks at you. Hi. Oh, we need to run. Need to run.
What?
Need to run.
Excuse me.
He's trying to get. He's currently trying to get around you. The mother, the mother and father.
Make
two
way. Let them by.
Yes, please, please, please. Quickly
Uncle
scampers by.
Sloan moves out of the way and just like, what the?
The elven woman and man scamper by as well with their child in tow. And it's quickly made apparent what they were running from. I need everyone to roll initiative.
Yay.
Shit.
Sound good. Wait.
There it is.
Hello, old initiative.
Hello, old initiative. Please,
Hello, new
clear
one.
it.
please get overrided by my thing.
It override mine, so it should.
Okay,
override
good. It
yours.
didn't clog up the initiative. Joy.
Well,
I
that is
like
because we're on the same map with the same page with the same token. Because you hadn't changed maps, it's the same thing.
All right. So coming into this intersection, the family hastily darting away as they manage to squeeze around you. You find an irritatingly familiar shape.
Yeah.
Small black creature, currently snarling and snotting and drooling very unappealingly. And actually get you guys oriented. There we go. Immediately in front of you, the black creature comes from.
Turn order's gone.
What?
Oh,
Oh yeah, that's interesting.
Also, we're at 2 different locations.
What?
What?
Oh yeah, totally.
We're still at 2 different locations.
What do you mean?
You look at
Dude,
the
bottom,
left,
top right,
bottom left
top
corner,
right,
yeah.
bottom left. There's 2 of us.
oh my God, it's us!
Oh no, more
Oh
mirrorlings.
god, there's more mirrorlings!
All right. Dealt with that. Sorry. Okay, and this thing's gonna roll for initiative.
Quick, everyone, walk in a line. We start walking, like, flat-wise. I don't think this is what walk in a line means.
I had a 21 for mine. Because I can't see our
I had a 26.
You're showing up on my. Why is your turn order not showing up?
Because we changed pages, which means that we changed pages, so the other ones effectively went to GM layer.
Oh,
As I said, these are different tokens.
Okay.
I know what yeah, I know what happened. I caused an explosion so big that it sent us backwards in time. Or forwards in time. And that's
Us at a later point?
21.
Luckily we were facing forward, so that sent us forward in time.
Oh my
Oh god, it's the fucking. I was like, is he trying to recreate the red versus blue thing? Yeah.
Yeah.
You technically facing forwards no matter where you face.
Not face forward. See, that's why I said luckily.
All right, Draz, you'll roll 9. Come on. There we go. That good for everyone?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. You immediately see this black demon-looking creature immediately in front of you all.
Is that? Oh, okay. Thank you.
I should probably make him colored.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah, do that. Alright.
Huh.
Fucking turn orders like in my way. Alright.
Yeah, sometimes I have to like flick it. Oh, you can actually put it over
Yeah,
by
it's
the.
looking real good.
You can
Chat.
put the turn order up by the chat. I've actually never tried that before. That's a great place to put it.
Huh. Well, that thing sure doesn't feel friendly.
Alright.
It is definitely not.
Alright.
How many of these things are there? There's
A lot, probably.
and
Uh, so-
Can you color all of them, please, so I can actually pick them out?
He's
on the map?
currently rolling right now.
Okay.
Jesus fuck.
I will color the ones that are currently clearly visible. GB?
I was waiting for you to,
Oh no, you can still go
guess
on.
be
This
done.
is pretty much just background stuff. I can multitask between the two. You're good.
Jesus fuck. Alright, okay. So there's Mr. Green right here, and then Mr. Purple.
Yeah, another fun maw demon. Munching away at a
Oh
corpse.
no! If we were
Ah, Jesus! Fuck. I was not expecting fucking.
as an alert aside, as soon as we were heading out, I was gonna try and alert you to me putting on mage armor, but I didn't get the chance
Also,
Oh,
you put it on
Did you
anyway.
Did you put on mage armor then?
for both of us.
Okay, thank you for the heads up.
I'm gonna assume, unless you explicitly tell me no, you're basically putting on mage armor whenever you wake up.
Well, it lasts 8 hours. Sometimes we might have a really long day, So at the absolute first sign of anything could be happening, then
That's fine.
I'll do it.
All right.
All right.
you gotta make it
So leave seeing these two, Mr. Green and Mr. Purple. All right, that was not needed.
These guys are not needed. Please shoot them.
All right.
All right, Corona.
I think first he is going to hit. Go to hit Green.
Okay. That actually misses.
All right. Well, yeah, I rolled a fucking 7. Like, all right.
When was the last time you missed?
Last battle. Last battle, I had some misses. Anyways, all right, and then he's gonna go to hit. You know what? If it would have made it, I was gonna go for purple. Well, no, I'm gonna go ahead and go for purple anyway. Or never mind. I'll go for green again.
Okay. That's a hit. Roll that damage. You're essentially sending the equivalent of a massive tree to splatter this thing. Damn. Yeah, it goes to jump. It jumps out of the way of your first arrow, and mid-jump, you quickly knock another arrow and let one loose, and it jumps and goes, and it is quickly dead. So yeah, you caught it in mid-cocky laugh.
That is like yelling, surprise attack!
All right, that is Death of Green. You still got your movement if you want to move, or in your bonus action as well.
Was that was 2 attacks, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, that was 2.
First attack missed.
Yeah, the first one, yeah, I missed. Well, I think he's just gonna probably move right about here,
Meow. Okay.
and that's about it.
Okay. All right, Uncle. Boss Gates.
Okay. I'm gonna shoot the purple motherfucker
Okay.
with my bow.
As it starts to see movement, it stops munching on the current corpse, which of an unfortunate dog, and looks up at you and just
Aw.
gnashes its blood-covered teeth at you with this long, spindly tongue snaking between the teeth, licking up the blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really appropriate react.
Oh.
Oh!
Don't you have a halfling trait that you can redo ones?
Yes.
I think so.
Yep. Yep, I do. Lucky.
Oof.
And you roll a 1. For saving throw, you can re-roll the die. Must use new roll. All right, let's see.
That's better.
Hey.
All right, that hits.
I don't think. Yeah.
You've
If I
already
roll
rolled
1
3
anytime,
in a row.
I can just
Yeah.
use that.
And it has
Alright.
it has no limit beyond once per roll.
Yep. It's like having luck.
It's no
it
sneak
is
attack.
having luck.
Yeah, there is no sneak attack. It is aware. 7 damage. So, let loose an arrow, and it pierces one of its eyes. And it rides about.
Uncle just throws his hands up. Woohoo!
You were having way too much fun with these sound effects.
Yeah, I do. I
Dude,
have a
I
lot of fun.
told you, man. You need to make yourself a creature demo reel, man. You could actually get paid to do this.
Yeah, it tears up my throat, but maybe.
And that is why you
Alright,
just record it, make a soundboard, call it good. Sell the
Uncle,
soundboard.
I have a soundboard.
Uncle, is there anything else that you wanted to do?
I want to hide.
Okay.
Underleaf.
Doesn't he have 2 attacks?
No, I don't.
Nope, not rogue.
That's leave.
They get sneak attack.
Mm-hmm.
That makes up their extra
They're-
attacks.
I'm,
they're
I'm
sneak-
hiding under leaf so they can't see me, so I can use
Yeah.
a sneak attack.
Their sneak
Okay,
attack
make a
damage scaling up forever is their second
Do I have
attack.
to roll for stealth?
Yeah, make a stealth roll.
Okay. I need to remember what my stealth is. Okay. This is gonna be that guard again. Never move.
Its vision is based on movement. Not bad. You're fairly confident that you're able to obscure yourself and obfuscate your visage behind the deer tor. Bless you.
Thank you.
All right, that it?
All right. I need to take my dog out while it's not my turn, so I'll be back.
Okay. Jinx, your turn.
Indeed it is. Let's see.
How much collateral damage are we doing today?
Let's see.
If
Alright,
you're gonna do that, fucking move. get the fuck away from me. You caused enough damage. The fucking necrotic damage or whatever bullshit last time. Fuck you.
It was 1 point.
It doesn't matter.
Like, we're dealing with demons. What do you expect?
No, that was from Jinx.
That was Jinx's magical
The
spell
one
count.
Right.
Jinx still has the 1 point of deer health.
Yeah, like she stole fucking health from me because of her stupid wild magic surge. Like
Right.
All right, so I'm going to cast level 1 Witch Bolt using Tides of Chaos.
Okay, and I'm assuming purple. Because I'll say that you also see orange over here. Because it's bright enough that the light isn't dim anymore, so you can just see orange.
Okay, I assume that hits. And does Wild Magic Surge go off?
Not this time.
Okay,
Thank
in that case, I
God.
still need to roll for it. Nope, it does not go off. Okay, so
thank fucking God.
All right, Witch Bolt hits. Roll for damage. Hey, Neela. Dungeon Cat has entered the room.
What?
All right. This big bolt of colored energy goes and strikes right into the creature. It hits. No, Neela, stop. Hold on. Cat, damn it.
Jinx screaming, "Unlimited power!"
Okay, cat issue handled. Sorry about that. All right, so yeah, it hits and it makes it. The thing jolts, but it shakes it off and seems to bounce back easier than you thought. Doesn't seem like the lightning
the
hit as
bolt
hard.
is still sticking out of them, so there's that.
Oh yeah, but it's just when it struck, it didn't like you expected more of a reaction. It just kind of shrugged it off a little easier than anticipated. So that was 9.
Noted. Fireball next time.
Okay. Any more movement, or is that it?
Yeah, I'm gonna
You're dead.
move back here.
All right. Okay. It's Orange's turn. And she's going to go ahead and take the dash action. 30 feet. Oh, actually, no, that's intelligence. It likely, yeah, just go for the closest food source. Just shy, but it's going to make the dash action. Zoom up and get right up against this family. And they're understandably terrified. As it's just... The viscera of its most recent kill, this unfortunate guard, still fresh in its teeth. Okay. Another Maw Demon. Let's just call him Old Yeller.
Oh.
Same thing. Make the dash action. Well, actually. Nah. This thing is not smart enough to strategize. Sure, that's good enough. Dash. And 20 right there. So dash over there, and end of its movement just kind of starts munching on the guard. Aurelia, your turn.
Interesting. These are just mindless mouths with teeth.
Man, my previous description wasn't off. They are walking mouths with 3 beady red eyes.
So they're mimics.
No.
A lot less subtle.
Mimics
The
have to
mimics
be
were
mimics
totally
have to be pretty smart to figure out what
Yeah,
people
no,
care
exactly. They're mimics' retarded cousin.
Oh,
Except
you
they
mean
got in,
mentally challenged?
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
except these ones took
It's
human.
mentally challenged.
Okay, Aurelia.
I'm gonna need a name. I'm gonna need a color for this one.
I don't see color, but okay. We'll call him Pinky.
Well, I haven't done this in a long time. With him coming around the bend, I would have a sinking suspicion that there's probably going to be more. And I'm going to have Pinky be a nasty little trap for them. Given that these things seem to be dumb as bricks, this will be fun.
They don't seem like they'd be able to handle a complex equation very well.
Good. Well, then hopefully they can understand the concept of ouchie ouch, I need to eat that. I cast Enemies Abound on Pinky.
Ooh, very nice.
Make an intelligence saving throw. Number to
What is
beat is
their-
14.
What's their...
Eh boy.
All right,
Ew.
Pinky, right?
Correct.
All right. Oh my god, they're so stupid.
So this
Nope,
is
that's
the
a
part.
9.
This is the part where I have to unfortunately say out loud the part that's probably going to screw over everything. If he's immune to being frightened, this also doesn't work. But if their mouths just trying to eat to survive, then fear is kind of a very vital instinct to accomplish that. So I have a feeling that wouldn't make sense.
It does. It seems to take effect whenever image
Woohoo.
you project.
So, it now sees everything around it. Everything as an enemy, regardless of what's going on. So I have a feeling another mouth guy is going to come down the corridor, and Pinky's going to go, "Oh no! The food is attacking with mouths!"
All right. Let's put an icon.
Yeah. He'll take an opportunity attack on anything, regardless of why, on any chance it can get. And then it just randomly picks what it wants to attack now.
Yep. Okay. Is that it, or did you want to move it all?
Yeah.
All right. Graziel, your turn.
I'm just gonna run up to the purple dude and attack him with my longsword.
All right. You attach and just like yawns his mouth open instinctively.
Hmm.
It smells terrible. Smell of rancid meat. That does not hit.
No.
So basically, he smells like Luffy's breath. There you go.
I'll swing again.
A little more, I guess, fresh would be the term, but yeah, that hits.
Cool.
So the first one missed.
First one missed, second one hit. 5 damage. Any modifiers to that?
Nope.
All right, 5 blood damage. Let me select. All right.
Oh shoot.
What?
Oh shoot!
I didn't deal with my health after the long rest.
But just max it out. It's not like it's a complicated math thing.
Are we just doing max? We're not doing
Well, you
roll?
took a long rest.
You took
Yes.
a long rest.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, long rest just ding, everything's up max.
Yeah, alright, well.
That's why I
so-
topped you off, because I figured, no reason to have you do it when you notice it. As a first swing, you actually go for center mass, and its mouth opens up and you miss. But then you swing back down and crack it right on one of its eyes, and it kind of goes. Didn't like that.
It's still breathing?
Huh?
It's still alive? This thing's got health.
No. They may be small, but they're very thick with what's probably muscle.
I mean, it
Got
took
mouth.
two of my sharpshooter arrows to kill the last one, so.
Well, I'm just gonna say they have health. So, Draziel, anything else? Want to move or?
Nope.
Okay.
Be right in front of it with my shield ready.
Okay. Purple is gonna go ahead and. Well, you came forward. It's going to chomp.
Good luck.
So, token bite attack. It's gonna make a bite attack at you.
Bring it on, foul demon.
17.
17? No, that misses.
Okay. 1. Yeah, just gets to 1. So, bite you. Just it gets its teeth around your shin, but the plate armor it can't get a good purchase. So, just lumbers back, just spits at you.
I've changed
I-
on that plate.
I am actually going to go onto the video when this gets like re-uploaded to YouTube as a full video, and I'm gonna save that sound. However the hell you made that sound, I want to keep that one.
Thank you.
That was amazing.
All right, that's what color are you again? Purple. Put you back to where you were. All right, that's the end of Purple's turn. Pink. Oh, everything's food. Oh, where's the food? Yo, I gotta prepare for the food.
Food!
And Pink is gonna use the ready action to basically take a chomp out of whatever comes at it closest.
At the moment, all the food is scary.
Okay. Ooh, I forgot you.
Did Pink move to the right, or?
Yeah, he has movement.
Oh, okay.
All right, because I incidentally forgot. Technically, only different by 1.
And we killed Purple, right?
No, Purple's still alive.
Oh, is he? Okay.
You killed Green.
Green, right? I'm sorry.
All right, no problem. All right, so all demons done. All right, so up on this nearby roof, you see, for lack of a better term, you know what when air gets wavy, when there's a heat source right underneath, it kind of gets that heat haze. You see a shimmer in the air before a familiar black-colored creature pokes its head out
Yeah, there it is.
and just gives a malicious cringe, like,
Oh god.
oh god, that hurt. All right, and you want to make. Actually, yeah, you would make a. You'd use that. Going to make an attack on. Let's just say Draziel.
Is it gonna fucking Yamcha him?
11. That is not it. So it rears back, and you see it cock back its right hand and just basically give a good old fast pitch throw at you. And this bolt of green fire sears towards you and zips a foot to the right of your head. And it just looks at you.
It's pissed.
Very frustrated.
Oh, I don't fluctuated.
All right, Leaf, it is your turn.
Oh, in my turn?
Right, actually, end of the action round. NPCs are going to make their moves. They are going to understandably flee from Orange. Orange going to get an opportunity attack. Sorry.
What, they're not using the dash action?
Oh, they are, but Orange gets an opportunity
Disengage
attack,
is what
and-
you're trying to say.
Oh, disengage. Whoops.
So yeah, Orange misses, and because they are taking the dash action, understandably, to run
As much as possible.
back around you.
Yeah.
Yes, get
Let us
behind.
fly, protect us, protect us! And I actually do see up here. Now let's see. Yeah, let's make a basic movement. Looks to be a town guard, and a couple, not dragging the body with them.
Come, Jeffrey. We have to get out of here.
The guard walks up. Huh? Are you reinforcements? I have 2 people with me. What are those?
They're
That-
demons. Now get back.
They are not your problem. This way, please.
Right. And take.
Jeez, if that's
I think
the
in this
average
case-
guard, no wonder this place always gets invaded.
I think they're gonna take the evasive action just for the context of there being dangers. Oh, that should make sense. All right, Leaf. Now it's your turn. I am so sorry.
All right. So Leaf can see Mr.
Yeah.
Dude up here.
I color him.
His color is now
It's
roof.
not colored on my screen.
His
so,
his color is roof.
His color is roof. All right. So Leaf is going to shoot to hit him.
All right. Let's see. Given his orientation, he does have half cover because of the lip. So that's just gonna modify his AC. There's no issue with your shot.
He's dead as fuck.
Oh, he's gone.
Look at that crit.
What is with your guys' rolls tonight?
Do it.
Is that the third or fourth 20 we've got?
Third.
That is. Wait, is that a crit?
Yes.
Yeah, natural 20.
Okay.
So
Shit, nice.
let loose the thermonuclear device.
Did you order the
Okay.
who ordered the code red beer?
Actually, ooh, this is perfect. As you draw back your bow, that same tingling energy in your bow starts to resonate, and those glowing green glyphs all light up at once for that split second right before you let loose an arrow. And the minute your arrow is let loose, it glows a brilliant green and becomes just this lance of green energy streaking through the air, clocks this thing straight in the chest, and just vaporizes.
Oh fuck.
Where is it?
Jinx sees this and goes, Leaf, I didn't know you were magic.
You actually did enough damage to like if he was a player, that'd be insta kill.
Oh, you did its health times 2.
Leaf looked at her and was like, I do arc like arrows. Like
Even you feel like that's different from what you generally do with your arcane arrows. That
yeah,
was
no, but like he like at the same time that's still doing magical things with doing
Right.
his arcane shot. So he kind of just looks at her like, you know what? I'm going to ignore you. And
you do notice, however, that felt like pure Feywild energy, completely different from what you generally use for your arcane shots.
Yay.
Yay! Like Leaf, he just like kind of, he looks at her and kind of ignores her, but he's astounded because it just he's never experienced something like it before. It's like it seems familiar, but not like,
Deja vu.
yeah. So he goes to for wait, is this one dead? It doesn't.
Which
I can't
one?
tell if it's got a color on it or not. Look,
Could you actually take
this one?
Draziel? Could you take Draziel
Yeah,
and put
so-
Draziel behind? There we
There.
go.
All right. And he's going to, unless Draziel's got it, and he'll go for orange.
Okay.
He asks Draziel, are you able to take care of the one in front of
Yeah, I've got this one perfectly fine.
you? All right, so he's gonna go and hit for orange.
Okay. That hits.
Give me that one. I'll trade you.
Dice.
Okay.
Give me that plate.
Hello?
You're not eating that. That's yours.
And
Give me that other one over there too.
What is it? I can't tell.
this one just
24. I see the hit. There we go. 20 damage.
Oh my god. It rolled it twice. Wait a minute. What? No. Hold on.
I see
It doesn't-
20.
the 20
Yeah.
is the damage, I guess.
Yeah.
Fucking roll
Are
20.
you disappointed with that number?
No.
I mean, you can re-roll if you really want to.
No. For one, it's a ghost roll, and two, the dice didn't even roll on my end, so that's
Yeah.
why I was confused.
Well, it's a 20. Would you like
All
to
right,
say if you
no,
want?
it's
I can-
fine. It's
Okay.
fine.
All right. And you're shooting at orange, right?
Yes.
All right. You let loose an arrow. Nothing fancy, nothing fey this time. Good old arrow you millions of times. Let loose. Collects it. It tries to bite at it. It sees motion. It tries to bite it. And it goes... It bites it. It stabs into the side of its mouth. And it comes back down woozy. And you just hear... As it shakes its body and spits the arrow out. It's not a head. And you see a big chunky
what
hole.
it has, whatever it has. It just
You see a big chunky hole in the side of its head mouth. It's hurting.
kind of shuffles.
Okay. Spin your two attacks. Want to move? Bonus action. You got those.
Hold on. Wait a minute. I could zoom out. So there's that one up there. There's Mr. Pink, then orange, and then purple. Essie's going to move over to here so he can get out of the way and let the people.
Okay. All right. And Uncle, what's your dexterity modifier? +5, right?
What's my what?
What's your dexterity modifier? It's +5, right?
Yep.
All right. Your turn.
Okay.
You got purple snarling at Draziel, orange snarling with what looks like a grossly misdone piercing hole in its side of its mouth head, and pink looks like it's currently having a panic attack and too much LSD.
Pink snarling
pain.
at everything.
Like there is thick spittle just like whipping around, and it's just whipping itself around, trying to it's biting onto the fence, and
It's got rabies, man.
All right.
these things are rabies.
I'm kind of looking at the distance. 17. 54.
Yeah, purple, you get get sneak attack on with someone next to it. You are
and
stealth.
97.
Actually, what are these things for perception? Ooh, okay.
Like they have 3 eyeballs, so probably
I
higher
mean,
than
unless they
average.
need glasses. Okay, I got the purple.
You going up to purple or after purple?
After purple.
Okay, I was gonna say.
I'm not going near those
okay.
things.
Bold move. That hits.
Not a crit. It was
Oh, no.
with my my bow, and it's a sneak attack.
Damn, just imagine if I had gotten another 20.
Christ. Freaking sneak attack damage, man.
Yeah.
All right.
You
So
know what you guys need to do? You guys just need to keep constantly getting near these things, so I could just shoot them.
that's the
Yes.
idea.
Can do.
That was
Pulling
the.
back your bow. You train. You watch. There's your moment. You let go, and you manage to
Kill it
pierce
immediately.
all 3 of these things' eyes, and it
Oh.
promptly slumps back. Just.
See, this is why you guys need me, because I'm really good at killing things in one
Okay,
hit.
we already have.
Yeah,
a
so am
cocky
I.
player.
Yeah, we missed you last. We really missed you last month.
Oh yeah. Right. Now.
Okay, so
Nope.
purple's finally dead, yeah?
Yes.
About damn time.
Not
Oh,
your
no.
turn yet, though.
Oh no, it's
Oh,
roof
oh, my
2.
turn. Oh, there's a new one.
Another wave of invisibility wavers out, but this one, seeming to have a little more tact, is in mid-attack already. Basically invisible. And makes an attack towards Leaf.
Oh.
Of course, Leaf, being alert, cannot be surprised, so there is no advantage. It does not know this. It simply saw Leaf and threw something at it.
It was just like, I'm gonna chuck a thing at it. It's like,
Okay.
I'm gonna take a brick and throw it. It's like, that's not gonna
That's
work. I don't
20.
care. I'm gonna take a brick and throw it.
That's
nat 20.
right. Yeah, alert does
What?
prevent.
Excuse me?
Nat 20. I can get them too, you know.
No, I thought you were joking. That's why I was like, wait, excuse me?
From
the
here
way
forward.
you said it was nat 20, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, it was kind of like a lolnet. It was kind of like a lolnat 20 pronunciation.
So that
From now
burning
on-
green lance of infernal energy sears through the air and clocks you in the side for a staggering 5 damage.
Wow. Wow, you.
Its roll was abysmal. 2 1s. Yeah. So that's the this thing sees that and slowly slinks away. And since it is currently going out of sight, taking it off of visibility.
No, that happened.
All right, now Jinx, it's your turn.
All right. Well, Jinx is going to move a little bit, and now she's going to cast a level 1 Chaos Bolt at Orange.
I'll say. Did I take him off the turn order? No, I did not. You are
If-
dead.
Oh.
I didn't take purple off the turn order. All right, make an attack.
So spell hit.
You can put purple behind Draziel now.
Nope, I heard.
You know.
That hits. Momento por favor. Okay, so 5. Just a moment. I need to figure out which that is. Lightning damage. Does Wild Magic Surge go off?
Yep.
Sure does. Okay, just a moment.
It's okay. You're all the way over there, though.
Wild magic.
Yeah, unless he does the fucking water thing again, and then
All right. That
To
was
be fair, these streets need to be cleaned.
Ooh, that's moderate.
42. All right, what's 42?
Uh-oh.
Your strength is decreased by 2 for 1 hour.
Oh.
Oh no!
thank God it wasn't fucking.
Wow, that spell really took it out of you. It's legitimately a little bit harder to move your staff around. Feels heavier. Spell makes your staff
Wow.
heavier.
I'm out of shape. I need to blow
So,
stuff up more often.
The lance of energy, zaps from your
Can
hands,
I
starts to just statically.
Make that a
zap.
small thing, Bob? I wonder.
What?
I'm testing something.
Okay. And strikes orange with electricity, but similar to that witch bolt that you tried on purple, it hits it, but it shrugs off the damage, not as intensely as you thought it would. So that's 13.
I'm starting to think lightning damage isn't probably the best thing for these guys.
That's not the worst assumption. All right, do you want to move it all, or is that it?
Oh, crap balls.
Nope, I'm a chill here.
Okay. Okay. It is Orange's turn, and it's gonna look to Leaf and go, "You."
Me?
Yes. You are the closest. Shoot, these things are very simple creatures. So you just see it come. It looks at you with one eye, and then it turns, apparently not oriented at you, and charges toward you.
Do you need to have like a glass of water with you, man?
That's a 16. Does that hit?
Oh no! Don't kill yourself with these.
Yes.
Drink
Yes.
some water. Go easy on yourself.
Oh,
That goes with armor class, right?
Yeah, if the number is equal or greater, so that hits.
It's 16. Yeah.
Yep. If it meets it, it beats it. All right. It lunges forward and sinks its teeth into your right leg up towards the chest of your deer lower half, and you would suffer 11 piercing damage as it actually latches on and tries to chew you, and then it lets go. A little bit of some of its teeth kind of stick in you, and it like whips its jaw out of you and leaves a rather nasty puncture wound in your deer tor chest area. And that's pretty much going to be it for orange. Yellow, hearing the commotion, is going to make a beeline. And use the
Ooh.
dash action.
That sounds like where the food is.
Okay. 30. And... It's going to dart by here, and the mini darts by. Pink goes... and makes it a bite attack.
Pounces like a fucking cat.
Not a natural 20, but that's a 20.
It's just,
And it inflicts.
it's actually like a cat on, it's like, it actually is like two cats in a house. One of them, what?
It inflicted max damage.
Nice.
Yellow
Well, of course
take-
it did. Of course it would. Yellow's not expecting it to happen. He's just waltzing on
Yeah.
by, going, "Oh, this is where the food is. Okay, that's understand." Ah, bro, what the frick?
18 piercing damage.
Oh no! What the
These
hell?
things are nasty.
What the hell? Do these things roll d12s? Oh man!
And the thing, like, it loses one of the arms that it's not like running on, and it just gives a yell, and quickly loses concern as its hunger takes over once more. Aurelia, your turn.
Let that deer alone.
Let that, you mean leave that?
Let that deer alone.
He meant exactly what he said.
Oh, it's big green. Oh, it's big green. Let that child alone. Oh, when this is done, I gotta show you the big green Dragon Ball dub.
That hits. What are you
Why is
attacking with?
mine yellow? Okay.
What
Orange.
No, what are you attacking with?
Firebolt. Sorry,
Okay.
I should have clarified. Firebolt's like the only spell I have that's a spell attack for now.
Okay.
Crit, no.
Not bad.
Better.
Bolt sears through the air, this lance of fiery energy, clocks this thing right in the foot, and kind of akin to Jinx, it does some damage, but it shakes it off.
Fire and lightning? Man, these things are annoying.
They're stubborn. All right, do you want to move it all?
Just in case.
Huh. Good, get behind the wall.
Yep. Even though the
Okay.
wall's right about to move.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna move real soon here.
All right, Drazul, it's your turn. You got
If,
orange
like,
here.
Fire and lightning doesn't work. Well, how about this? And I run up to it and I make an attack with my longsword.
Oh boy, here it goes smiting again.
Yeah.
That does not hit.
No. All right. Another longsword attack.
Stop aiming for the mouth and hit it.
Yep, same thing. You just try to swing for center mass, and the mouth opens up and you miss, and then you swing back down and you manage to hit. Roll for damage.
Reminder. that-
Curse you, you nutty vagina from the demonic realm.
What? And demonetized.
What did you say?
He said naughty vagina.
Well, we couldn't monetize in the first place. Right now, so
Dogger, come on, man. I was drinking water.
Well, I didn't know. I can't see your face. Either way, I'm using fucking smite.
like, that sounds like something that would come out of Rolf.
Reminder: if it's a fiend or if it's an undead, you have to add an extra dice to the smite.
Yep, and so
I'm gonna
you start
double
rolling
one.
it this time. I rolled it for you in the background last time, but you got to start rolling it this time.
So, is it yes for extra smite?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'm doing divine smite.
These things are demons, man.
Okay.
Yeah. Just level 1. So
Well, again, add the extra dice to it because fiend.
Yeah, demons and devils are fiends. Okay.
wait. Extra dice. So
We went over this last time.
It's double, right?
No, it's not double. You just add
It's
one
just
more dice
one.
to it.
One more. Okay, just one more.
God, make him some macros.
And then
Yeah, I need to make him a smite macro. And then the smite macro will
Alright.
have fiend or undead, and then it'll have a yes/no, and then it'll throw one more dice on it.
So, on your
Take some of-
downswing, you feel that divine energy burn in your sword. It starts to glow beautifully yellow gold with radiant energy. Just bring it down, and you bisect this thing down the mouth, and it slowly, it stays there for a second, and then it slowly falls outward. This deep, crackly pop of sinew and bone just splitting away. And you made Orange dead.
God, and I just let one rip that probably smells what he smells like.
how do you like that radiant damage, demon?
All right.
This paladin is very meta.
Is that it?
I was once again about to say, oh no, he knows about timed day presses.
Or do you want to move?
Yeah,
I believe you
I
got-
was
you still got
gonna
something.
say, how far did I end up moving?
I'll say like 10 feet.
Yeah, I could probably.
I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. I mean, I'm not gonna, be super Nazi about that kind of stuff.
I'm just gonna place myself there
Oh wait, you're not supposed to be here. Go away.
and get ready.
Okay.
Alright.
All right. And it is. You're dead, so go away. All right. It is Pink, who magically rolled a 1. Sees yellow. He goes, food. Numb. Bite attack. Oh, that just makes it. Jumps forward, its mouth just opens up like a flippin' snake.
His mouth is hinged like a snake.
10. Oh my. So Pink lunges forward, and you just hear. It sinks its mouth entirely down one side of the of yellow, like it actually encompasses through its mouth and bites this thing in half. Again, apparently when you guys are making me attack with my own monsters, they roll great.
I feel like I got great use out of this level 3 spell slot. But
And you
what
just
the
watch-
hell?
Disturbingly enough, you watch Pink chew and macerate it, and it disappears somewhere.
Yeah, that's right. That is how demons work.
Okay, Leaf, it is your turn.
Is be my turn. All right. So I'm just gonna go to hit Pink, I guess.
Okay. Its long tongue is like whipping between its teeth as it just savors the viscera of its recent kill. Yep, that hits. Oh wow, Pink is untouched. Holy crap.
So yeah, I mean,
He's an
We
unwitting-
kind of left it alone to be a trap.
16 damage. Nice. Lose that arrow, sings through the air, and just clocks this thing right in what would his flank.
it's whatever.
It jumps back. Still
All right, I'm
standing.
gonna roll to hit it again.
Jesus.
I swear, if you roll identical on your damage,
I'm putting that in the Hall of Fame.
no!
Screen cap.
That was it. That was the. Hey, wouldn't it be funny if Haley won? I did it again.
Oh my god.
Oh no!
Cool. I'm screen capping that.
Hey, wouldn't it be funny if Haley rolled the same numbers twice?
All right.
The fuck?
Second arrow quickly follows the first and plows into this thing. It is teetering and tottering, and it's somehow still alive.
Targon, shut your fucking mouth!
Oh god, you guys are gonna kill me. I almost choked on my water again.
I went
Okay.
to go to Canada and murder you.
You
Okay,
can't.
Leaf,
Canada's under quarantine. Coronavirus. Please protect me.
I will find my way there.
She knows the way.
Trust
Anyway, okay. Back to the things
Help!
at hand.
Help!
Leaf,
She's
what-
gonna give me coronavirus.
Shut up.
Oh, jeez.
I would have
If
to
that
get
wasn't enough to get, if the previous statement wasn't enough to get us demonetized, mentioning that is.
What? How? It's.
Oh yeah, no.
Moving on.
YouTube is super anal about that.
Moving on.
Alright, moving on.
Moving on. Leaf, you still have your movement and a bonus action. What would you like to do?
Well, I want to go to Aurelia and smack her upside. No, just kidding.
Wow, what a face change.
I'm right.
You know,
It's always the quiet, nice ones.
The bow awoken something within you.
this is Leaf's heel turn.
That's so stupid.
We must add a deer into wrestling.
I can, but it would be
No.
walking on its feet.
I mean, he could be like a center type, you know, like a faunus or something.
I'm pretty sure someone has already added a fucking deer to wrestling, so I could
Okay.
easily do it.
Let's refocus. Leaf.
I'm thinking because, like, even if we get rid of Pink, there's still that one fucker that threw something at. So, I'm thinking on where I want Leaf to go.
Thinking like
Fine.
Pooh Bear.
I will hobble over. Hobble. I will go over here, jump over this dog, and go over here so that I can get a better line of sight for this fucker that
Alright.
somewhere on this roof.
Yeah, hobble's a good word. It really hurts to use your front right leg right now. Great, Uncle, your turn.
All right. Okay. Who is left to kill?
Pink, which is currently starting to eat the
All right,
remaining
I'm gonna
corpse
shoot
of its
that
friend.
bitch. Fuck.
Miss.
There goes my turn.
All right.
At least dodge is a bonus action or something. You're rogue.
Do you want to move at all, or?
No, I'm good.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
far away from that thing, so
All right. Small, tiny, irritating.
Pink's left, yeah?
Pops
Yeah.
back.
Okay, so fire doesn't work and lightning doesn't work.
Oh.
Oh, this guy again.
Yeah, purple slunk away. Looks around. It actually, is it even? Actually, no, it's not within range. All right, Graziel, it's going to attack you.
Yeah.
Same shtick. 18.
Oh, just hits.
All right. Cake. A whopping 8 fire damage as that same green flame just gets chucked right at you and smacks you square in the chest.
Okay, sorry. Who's he attacking? I had to step away for just a second.
Draziel.
Attacking Draziel.
Okay.
Closest. All right, and yeah, it's gonna slink away again.
Oh, that thing is annoying.
Well, they're not exactly robust.
Ugh. Foul creature.
It hits you and you just hear.
Don't make me climb up there, you little shit.
Oh, it's a laugher.
Uh.
Interesting. I'll give it something to laugh about next time it pops its head out then.
Oh.
All right, Jinx, it's your turn. Pink is barely alive, and purple is being a B-word.
All right.
Being a
Well,
bitch.
I'm going to go ahead and I am going to use Tides of Chaos again.
Okay.
And this time, we're just going to be using a Firebolt.
Okay.
Oh.
Jesus, that hits.
Of course it hits.
Actually, you know what? There's no damage you can roll that wouldn't kill this thing. Do you want to describe how you kill? Or you want me to?
Yeah, you know what? I'll let you. Also, does Wild Magic Surge go off?
Yes.
Okay. So, real quick, let me,
Just roll it. Minor.
D1. Alright, let's see. Gnats buzz around your head for 1 minute, distracting you. You must make a Constitution saving throw against your own spell save DC to cast any spell.
Jesus.
That's annoying.
Well, you got-
that
yeah,
is
they're supposed to
very
annoy you.
dangerous.
How is that minor?
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
All right. Well, pink is chewing into yellow, and it has almost its entire body in its mouth. It looks in the direction where the bolt comes from, and it almost starts to try and eat faster, like a dog that got caught eating a piece of pizza, and is
Oh.
promptly pseudo incinerated. Like the third of its upper mouth body is just singed off, and it begins to just slump and slowly decay into that flaky, crumbly, brimstony black ichor slime. All right, ready for your turn?
Yeah, I'm gonna be swatting at these damn gnats.
I can just see Jinx going, no, off my face, no, ah.
All right, Aurelia, your turn.
Aurelia is going to go up against this fence, look straight up at that rooftop, and start preparing hideous laughter.
Oh, crap.
You want to laugh? I'll give you something to laugh about.
All right.
Hideous laughter is now prepared. The moment the trigger is the moment I see his stupid ass face again, I'm so going to send it to him and incapacitate him with some real laughter.
All right. Draziel, your turn.
If you want to prep a javelin, by all means.
You're definitely aware of the little bugger.
You can divine smite on a reaction attack if it works.
It's like an entire SWAT squad just stacking up on a single door. They know the guy's gonna kick in.
All right, yeah, I'm just gonna ready a javelin. Shit.
Okay. I feel so bad for this poor thing. Leaf, it's your turn.
All right. So Pink is dead, but
Purple's still alive.
I know, but he's nowhere to be seen. So what to do?
You last saw him on the roof of the house. Or
Well,
building.
the current strategy seems to be ready action nuke him when he comes over the rim.
Nuke him.
All right. I guess
He knows what he did.
he knows what this means.
Oh, he knows what this means.
What the fuck does? What does this mean? He knows. So I guess he has a general idea where it is. So
Yep.
I'm gonna, I guess, roll to hit with disadvantage.
No. One, just you can see that stipulation like what Darkness said. When you see him, you attack.
This means
So no disadvantage.
Well,
Ow.
she could point at a random spot on the house and say I take a shot at disadvantage there and hope I hit him.
I mean, yeah,
But
if you
but
if you
I
wanna
wanna
try and take a
I
legit
wanna nuke this guy when he comes around the corner though. That just sounds
All right.
hilarious.
Well, then I guess I'll just roll to hit and see if I hit him when he comes out. I guess, right?
Alright.
That's
Yeah.
taking the remote.
Yeah,
basically on
ready
his
action.
turn, if he does do that, then all these prepared attacks are gonna just like nuke the poor guy.
All right. So I roll to hit, right?
No,
When
not
he
yet.
when he shows up.
No, not yet. All
When
right.
the call
He's
for
gonna
your
show up and
reaction.
he's not gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
All
just
right,
basically
well-
when the
Well,
calls
I
for
mean,
your
most of by one hit sharpshooters normally kills them, so.
Yes.
I know, which is what's making this stack up of attacks even more obscene.
Not only are we going to do this, but I'm also wasting a level 1 slot on him for no reason other than if by some miracle all of you guys miss, then he's still hittable.
Right. Uncle, it's your turn. What do
Ready
you want to do?
action. I'm gonna
You know
shoot
there's
that
some
bitch
kind
in
of
the
cackling,
face.
annoying guy vaguely in this direction.
Yes. So I'm going to ready a bow and arrow.
Oh my god.
And for better action, I'm going to set the arrow on fire.
Oh.
I've ruled out the flint can be used as a bonus action
Oh, okay.
if you want. So that's eating up your bonus action. Just letting you know, doing that stuff, okay?
That is fine.
All right,
The
so
arrow is now on fire, and I
Alright,
have
so-
it ready to shoot him.
yeah, you get your that's basically 1d4 fire damage on top of your normal rolls, okay? So just add that 1d4 to your equation.
All right, so it would be 1d20
His equation is a
1d4.
macro, so he'd have to roll it after.
Yeah. So
Okay.
essentially, whatever damage you roll, just add an additional 1d4 to that.
Okay.
So if you want, just do your normal roll and then just do an additional 1d4 roll, and we'll just add it together.
Okay.
Okay. Purple
Let us have
completely
all of our
believing
turns,
that he's
no
just
matter
he's
what.
just
Even if we don't, even if he's already dead, let us just have all our turns so we can shoot him.
Right. Oh, I'm gonna say the reactions are gonna happen in the order that it was readied up. So purple, totally thinking his device just this masterful tactic of popping up, throwing fire, and popping back. Once more, pokes his head out. From there was just this big and it's like.
Wisdom saving throw.
Alright, what is this thing's wisdom actually? Oh, come on, I
So
just
he
had it
thinks
up.
he's being clever.
Yes, this thing, he thinks he is just, the bee's knees. Like, he thinks he's just
Yes.
devised the ultimate tactic.
He
I can't
is
wait,
the
I can't
ultimate. He is the ultimate supervillain, and I'm about to give him his supervillain laugh, but he's gonna hold it for way too long.
I can't wait until he's like he finally realizes he's fucked.
He won't. He'll be too busy laughing.
Alright, sorry, wisdom save, you said?
Wisdom.
Okay, that's actually not bad.
He's nuked either way, but 14.
13.
Yeah! So he comes around the corner and is just like, this is absolutely the best plan ever.
So,
Royce,
alright.
Royce, I need a demon laugh.
Okay, so he comes around, he's like,
Nuke him!
Falls off the roof.
Nuke
no,
him.
he stays on the roof. Alright, Aurelia and Draziel. So Draziel, make that attack roll. Remember, you can stack a smite on him if you want.
It's not a melee attack though.
You're doing
Oh,
your
does it
jab.
have to be
can you
melee?
not apply
Oh, I
Oh,
never,
no.
I didn't know that.
It has to be melee.
I never read that. Okay.
Disregard me. You just hear this.
Javelin.
That hits. God, roll for damage. This poor thing.
Don't you poor thing this poor him.
It's like
knows what he
chucking
did.
a. I don't know.
Did
It's like
you
chucking. I
see
don't
the
know.
roll?
I see a 20. Oh,
Okay, I rolled and
No.
it came up with 7 and says 2GM rolling.
oh, okay, yeah, I see that. All right, so
Yeah, that's
you
what
throw.
was happening to me.
Huh. Well, I see it. It's a 7, so you throw your javelin and it clocks it straight through the stomach.
What? But I see a quantum roll assigned thing that's 15 and 5. What the hell?
I can verify that his attack roll is a 7, so let's just roll
Okay.
with the punches there. All right, still in this frame. Leaf, make your attack. This is
Like
just a-
actually attack?
Yeah,
Yeah,
attack
you
attack
press
roll. Roll to
ready
hit.
attack. He popped his head out, so every ready attack is gonna happen. Is it overkill? Yes. Is
Oh,
it funny?
well, shit. I
Well,
Yeah,
that's
just roll.
fine. Roll the hit now.
it would instinctively put sharpshooter on there.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You're just thinking this is gonna hurt him so bad.
I'll just
Or
roll.
her. We don't know what gender's quasits are.
Just roll sharpshooter.
Uh,
Roll to hit.
I.
Okay. Oh, is it trying to? Is it being laggy
Well,
again?
no. I guess guess I probably said I would have done like sharpshooter anyway. I guess I should have probably.
Well, you added the sharpshooter damage. You just take a sharpshooter shot.
That's fine because even if this doesn't pan out, he's currently stuck in Mega Laugh, so he's staying there for an entire another round. So
Yeah, that hits. So you hit him for 21 damage, and Uncle.
I have an important question.
Yes.
Do I have sneak attack?
You know what? Sure. Because he's laughing. He does like the order of events. He's laughing. He doesn't expect anything. He's just basking in his own genius.
He's gonna be mincemeat by the end of this.
that's
Yeah.
the idea.
Left of him.
Just to make sure that hits, right?
Yeah, that hits.
Okay, cool. Here we go.
All right. So I'm gonna bust out the calculator here just real quick. All right, so that's 24.
And I do my 1d4, right?
I
Yeah.
feel bad
Oh, yeah,
for
that's
the
right.
owners of this building.
It's on fire. Hey!
Plus 3.
I hope. I swear, if your arrow sets the roof on fire.
7. Oh my god.
Hey, I didn't do it this time.
Okay, so that is 55 points of damage. So it pops its head out. Aurelia casts her spell. It starts laughing. Immediately, a javelin comes out, stabs right through its stomach. Just after that, an arrow flies out from Leaf's bow and collects it right in the chest. And Uncle finally lets loose an arrow himself, which collects it straight in the head, and you just hear a and it falls backwards completely and utterly dead. You guys did 6.8 times this thing's health.
That's what you get when you're being an asshole.
Oh my god.
As you can see, we're very spiteful when we want to be.
All right. With that, the civilians and the town guard make their dash. Understandably down here, but because of map, I can't get them all the way there. And they are pretty much
We say
gone.
we won victory.
All right. Pause, takes in. You're fairly well off, aside from Leaf's bite mark. But aside from that, pretty well for wear. Do the rest of your patrol. You do find a few more people who are holed up in their homes. Does take some persuasion. Some do resist and just say, no, I'm gonna hold up in my house. And you do see their houses are like they boarded up their houses and like actually are equipping themselves with crossbows, thinking they can fight back against this inhuman invasion. But you do manage to get a dozen people additionally to follow you back to the town square. And a couple more minutes pass. See, about 15, 20 minutes have passed as you've been doing this.
Oh, thank God. My gnats are gone.
You can still hear the faint buzzing in your mind, like they'll always be with you. It was so irritating. Anyway, you get back to the town square, and there are more people here. It looks like, luckily, Captain Millicent, Malados and Belric, whatever they were doing, they managed to get a good amount of people additionally back. And you actually notice some familiar faces. Certain human man and a dwarven woman and 2 children, boy and a girl.
Hey,
Oh boy.
they let him
Hold up.
in.
Yeah, so luckily more people are safe. And with that, I'm gonna go ahead and end things for tonight.
Just about where we just reached 4 hours as of right now.
Yep.
We're nope,
Nice.
4 hours 1 minute. There it goes.
So
Hey,
with
there's the
that,
transition. New
we
screen.
bring another lovely adventure. Not as deadly this time. I didn't almost kill Aurelia, so that's improvement.
Well, we also murdered a laughing little demon thing.
I mean, let's face it, he was gonna end up dead
Mercilessly.
some way. So he went out laughing. You did him a favor.
At least he
we
died
also
happy.
put a lot of things inside of him.
Yep. Why so
Giggity.
serious? And with that, we end today's stream. I hope all of you enjoyed it. and look forward to the next stream in hopefully 2 weeks, as I do plan on getting things into a bi-weekly basis so these can be more frequent. Before we end out, was there any new announcements that we may have forgot or that just recently came up that we need to wrap up with?
No, but
All
consider
right.
becoming a patron.
Yep, there you go. In that case, spread it to your friends.
Oh,
whatever.
and if you're not already, please click that freaking bell icon because YouTube has been fucking us with sub boxes.
Oh yeah, this excuse me, this very stream, the moment we went live, appeared in none of our sub boxes. So hopefully people say that the bell will get things to work out even when the sub box fails.
So smash that bell icon.
Or ringing it like the Sistine Chapels.
And just because I'm not going to subscribe because the subscribe thing doesn't function. No, we need you to subscribe. We're very close to 1,000 subs on the gaming channel, and that gets monetization back. That matters. Even if you don't use the sub box, even if you don't want to use the bell, doing it just so that we can get monetized again would help.
Indeed. Nothing more?
Oh, and maybe join the Discord because
Yeah, if the
other.
bell fails, if it's like me and even the bell doesn't work, Discord will work every time. We always announce the streams when they happen.
Give it that real finger on the artery.
Yep.
All right. Any more?
Nope, that's everything.
All right. In that case, hope to see y'all next week and have a wonderful week. Stay safe and stay healthy, folks.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
By the way, dinner's ready.
Oh, I didn't.